Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka Hey You Get Off My Lawn, aka Kris, you're being creepy again. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and just about everything under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So, first-time viewers, be warned. Of course, if you want to keep the conversation on the hobby side of things, feel free to ask your questions in the chat, whichever direction is. If you're attending this live, if you're watching this after the fact, you can submit your questions to Kris at wayofthebrush.com. It is in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all the silliness, has the links to all the social medias and Discord. Join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun. We keep the conversation rolling there 24/7. Only one rule in the Discord. Don't be a dick. It's the only rule. That's it. So feel free to join us there and post your questions, ask, or just lurk, or whatever you want to do. There's no rules. There's no rules to it other than don't be a dick. But lurking is not being a dick. Unless you're being a dick while lurking. Also at wayofthebrush.com, you'll find a link for t-shirts. Want to get yourself a t-shirt? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also at wayofthebrush.com, and also in the intros as well. So, you might want to. There's a a bonus to it. Really, there's a bonus. Believe it or not. At wayofthebrush.com, you'll also find, and also down below, you'll find a link for Patreon. Huge thank you to all my patrons. Without your support, this channel would not be able to continue to do what it is that I do. And so a huge thank you to all my patrons for their continued support and all the brand new ones. I can't remember the rest of the spiel now. If you're not able to help out monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, ringing the bell, commenting, all that stuff, all the interactions help as well. So please feel free to click a couple buttons and you help me out a great deal. Please. Or don't, I don't care. You do you, I guess. Big thank you to Carl, Guymere Alfer, Beer and Blood Bowl, YouTube channel. Check it out. If you love yourself some beer, you love yourself some Blood Bowl, Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingle that plays before the email segment of the show. And so always much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro outro music that plays at the begin and end of the show. Always much love to my baby bro Evan. And also, like, if anybody who creeps his Instagram, that guy is huge. Like, his shoulders have got to be bigger than my head. Like, the guy's getting huge. I don't know. Ev, I don't know what you're doing, buddy, but as long as you're not juicing, my boy. As long as you're not juicing. Please, God. Don't start juicing. Like, juice. Not, the kale smoothies that you've been eating or whatever the hell they are. Whatever that hippy dippy crap is. Oh, I forgot to turn my chat on. Shit. See, there's always something I forget to do. There's always something. All right, well, I got to quickly look. Okay, nobody's talking to us on Twitch. Oh, shit, I don't have my thing up. Damn, see? There's always something I forget to do. Oh, man. Who's joining us? I can see Sophie. Wow, happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. Evan Belleau, sup, everybody? Sup? Ghost of Starman, Monkey Time. I turned 20 this Tuesday, so I'm putting together some elite battle droids that my parents got me today. Awesome. Well, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. And hopefully you don't party too hard. Party responsibly. I'm not saying don't drink or imbibe or intake any substances that... All I'm saying is be responsible. You're a young, smart man. I mean, I'm sure you got a good head on your shoulders. Matthew Perez, good morning, Kris and fellow monkeys. Freezing Texan down here, so it's time to stay in and paint. Working on FEC and some 3D printed items. FEC. I don't know what FEC is. You're going to let me know what FEC is. King, morning monkeys, morning Kevin Cabal. Hello, happening hobbyists. Happy Monkey Day to you. Sophie, happy birthday for Tuesday, Ghost. Yeah, happy birthday, Ghost. King, Way of the Brush, episode 371. It's Path of Good Omens. Oh, I like it. I like it. You know what? Let's combine it because yeah, we've been doing the Path of the Preview stuff like mad, and so yeah. Now, on the subject of the Path of the Preview stuff, now is it me or does it seem like G-Dubs is like ramping up those announcements and those teasers and all that stuff? Not that it's a bad thing or anything like that. It's just seem to be doing quite a bit. So I'm inclined to think that maybe the release of all those new models and the Codex, it's got to be coming up, right? I was thinking like April, like springtime when that stuff was going to come out, but maybe it's going to come out in like a couple weeks. I have no idea. Honestly. If I knew, I'd give you a little wink, but I don't know, so I can't give you a wink. I mean, I can give you a wink if you want. Oh, it looks like I'm going into a stroke. Legion, did you have to sign an NDA for the Eldar box? No comment. Ghost, thanks. Yeah. Sid Tyler, so what are we talking about today? You've been awful cryptic about it. Cryptic? I'm just happy that we can finally talk about Eldritch Omens. And like normally a lot of stuff I mean, I'm sure many of you know that I am fortunate enough to get review copies and stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, Eldritch Omens, very, very happy. New Eldar, finally. So, that's really what has been, driving all my enthusiasm is all this new Eldar stuff. I mean, the Rangers just are fantastic. Now, I have currently on the Patreon, I have 3 tutorials right now, and I've got 2 more coming up dealing with the Rangers. And so, yeah, I'm painting them pretty much like the box art because the box art is they're painted like Samhan. So I play Samhan, I collect Samhan. Everything, my whole Eldar collection is painted as Samhan. So guess what? Rangers are going to get painted pretty much the same way. Now, when we get on the subject of Codex color schemes, right? Like the established color schemes, right? It's like Space Marine players who play Blood Angels, Ultramarines. You know what I mean? Like you go in for those styles from the book or from the Codex or whatever, right? I don't think I've ever really said no, don't do that. I'm pretty sure I've encouraged you all to paint whatever you want to paint. And so me personally, I mean, like when I first was playing Eldar back in Rogue Trader, my Eldar was Altiok. Anyway, so I was that blue-yellow, but my yellow was with the black stripes, which was more of the Uriel's Reavers kind of thing, right? Or Uriel's Raiders. Anyway, they were more like the pirates, but I liked the way it looked. It looked cool. And then, of course, it gets refined and stuff like that. And then I started collecting Chaos, really huge, near the end of Rogue Trader and all through 2nd edition. I mostly played Chaos, a little bit of Eldar here and there. Eldar was really greasy in 2nd edition. But anyway, 3rd edition come around. Tau, had to have Tau. When the Tyranids got an update and their style changed and everything was, looking way cool about them, I got into Tyranids as well. My Tyranids, actually, I painted them up like the color scheme I was emulating was the warrior bugs from Starship Troopers. That was the style in which I was painting them like. And then I found myself always gravitating back towards my Eldar. I started collecting Eldar again. And when the Viper came out, and I loved how it looked as a Samhan, so I painted it like Samhan. And then I started buying more Eldar stuff. And that's basically when it took over. So basically about 97. I always equated about 97 is when I went back to painting Samhan Eldar. And then Tau and Tyranids and Chaos. I gave my brother-in-law, I gave him all my Chaos, which was like, I don't even know how many points. It was huge. And I was like a bunch of my Rogue Trader era stuff as well. He had that. So anyway, Eldar. I always gravitated back towards. So I got rid of my Tau, got rid of the Tyranids, got rid of all my other armies, and just concentrated on Tau. And what that allows you to do as a collector and as a player, mostly casual. I don't really do tournaments too often. As a casual player, you can afford some of the bigger stuff. So that's what I started doing. And one of the first big models I bought was the Scorpion. It was the Type 1, which is the older, kind of taller looking one. I bought that one. And yeah, haven't looked back. Bought all the flyers. Never got around to buying the Titans though. But then the opportunity came up to acquire the Phantom Titan through a private deal, the old Armor Cast one. And I always loved the old Armor Cast one. And so I had to buy it. And I had the money because I had sold my Tau and I sold my Tyranids, so I was like, yeah, I had to put the money, threw it at him. He sent it to me. It was authentic and everything like that. And so, yeah, I was in. I was done. When I got that Phantom Titan and I started putting it together, it almost felt like my life was complete. It was almost complete. I was almost there. Russ Sandbags, does this mean you're starting Chaos? No. No. I'll probably paint those Chosen and those Warpsmith. I don't know if I'll do the Forge Fiend, just because, I mean, like, it's a cool looking model, but I'm not that fired up for it. The Warpsmith, maybe. The Chosen actually really, really cool. So yeah. Sir Peanut Butter over on Twitch. Morning, Kris and Peeps. Morning. Ghost of Starman, going to Prism this evening, so I'm making no promises about responsible partying. I will try to avoid dying, though. That's all I'm asking, Ghost. That's all I'm asking. Just don't die, bud. Just don't die. Just don't do it, bud. Make good choices. Sid Tyler. Oh, did you get the new Chaos box set? New Chaos models? No. The Eldritch Omens has Chaos and Eldar. And it's, as far as I understand, it's new Chosen models and a new Warpsmith. And normally with these smaller boxes, because this box is not very big, it's not very thick, it's not like Indominus, like those kind of boxes, it's not those big boxes, it's one of those thinner, smaller boxes, like Shadow Throne, you know what I mean? It's the smaller, just a booklet inside, and it's just straight up models. Now, normally with those box sets, you only get a couple, exclusives or a couple, special models in it, right? But this box, honestly, there's only one model that's not brand new. So honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad considering that usually these box sets, it's only one character. I remember the one with Eldrad. It had Eldrad in it, and that was it. And I was like, well, I don't want to spend $200 on just Eldrad. I mean, I want Eldrad, but I'm not, that's crazy talk. That's crazy. It's crazy talk. So, yeah. But I mean, I'll probably, if enough people shout, Kris, paint the Chosen or paint the Warpsmith, then I will. But if nobody does it, then I can do it. I'm going to keep doing what I want to do, which is more Eldar. In fact, all the tutorials from now on are only Eldar tutorials. That's it. Everybody just tunes out. Okay, I'm out of here. All right, I don't want to listen to this craziness. Peter Magro, Eldar, cheers. Ciao. King. Most of the push out from GW is due to finally having stock from 2020. Possibly, yeah. Kim, lost my bank card, so I'm waiting on a new one, so I had to close it the other day before the Patreon was being charged, so I'm not a patron this week until I get my new card on Monday. Oh, yeah, no worries, bud. No worries. Kim, episode 371, Path of the Cunt Muffler. I still like that. My wife, she's like, yeah, you know what? That's a great word, cunt muffler. She's like, yeah, I'm going to use that. And I said, I know, it's a good one. It's just a good diss. You fucking cunt muffler. Muffle that cunt. Ghost of Starman. Last time we went to Prism was a week or two ago, and one of my buddies got too drunk at Press. Had to go home and spent the whole night throwing up. My plan basically is not to hit that level. No, man, no. I see. Well, Ghost, you're a young feller, but you are in the UK, so I'm. Alcohol is everybody's pretty used to alcohol. Over here in North America, like soon as here in Canada, you turn 19, everybody hits the bar, they get sick. In the States, it's 21. Same thing. Now, there's lots of underage drinking going on around here and everything like that. But usually, the hard part when you're young is finding that sweet spot. There is a sweet spot, believe it or not. As you get older, you develop how much you can intake to develop that good buzz, and then you just ride that buzz. Normally, for myself, whenever I was drinking beer, dinner time, I'd start the barbecue, and by the time hot dogs were done, I would have already slammed back 3 beer. And all of a sudden I could ride that buzz throughout dinner, through the evening, maybe, top it off a bit, somewhere in late evening, and then go to bed and be done with the day, right? So, yeah. You'll get there, don't worry. It's experience. It's a nuance. Drinking is a nuanced thing. There's a degree of nuance to drinking. Says Tyler, yeah, this is an upgrade, I guess. Most of the box is at least new stuff. Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, as far as new boxes are concerned that Games Workshop has put out, they're usually like, a lot of stuff that's old, but like 1 or 2 things. And you know what I mean? And then people complain about the prices, but okay. Fine. It's a legit complaint, sure. But this box, it's like only 1 model is old. You know what I mean? Usually it's in these kinds of boxes, it's 1 character. Like usually it'd be like a bunch of old Guardians and a Dire Avenger, and then you would get the Autarch, right? But at least we got brand new Autarch, brand new Rangers, brand new Shroud Runners, brand new Shroud Runners. So yeah, that's not a bad deal, man. I don't even know what the price is actually. Sids Tyler, yeah, this is an upgrade. I already read that. Jabba's left nut. Kris, stop painting Eldar and paint Chaos. No. I mean, if 100 others feel the same way as Jabba, then leave a comment saying, yeah, Jabba's right, paint more Chaos. If you all agree with Jabba, leave comments, whatever. Jabba's right, paint more Chaos. Then maybe I will. Kim, the shadow box only had new models in it when they was released, and that was the thin box like that with only models and thin book. Yeah, a lot of these boxes, they're all thin boxes, right? I was thinking it was going to be a big box, but then why would it be a big box, right? Unless, of course, this had like a rule book in it, and it was the starting box kind of thing. Nathaniel, greetings, monkey. The Eldari junkie, the fellow monkey and fellow monkeys. Yeah, the Eldari junkie. Yeah, I'm a bit of a junkie for it, I guess. I like Eldar, man. Eldar are cool. Michael Jean-Ry. Unless you're in Quebec, where the drinking age is 18. That's right. Drinking age is 18 in Quebec, yes. Dark Commission. Hi, Kris and monkeys. Most likely be sending a work in progress email before the end of the show. Cool. Yeah, please. Keep the emails rolling in, people. Keep them rolling. Oh, I almost busted into the song. Peter Magro. But if I buy any new Eldar, I can never stop. Have probably 50 plus unpainted as is. Well, I guess... what is the hobby for you? Do you enjoy playing? Then tons of people play with unpainted models. No big deal. You're not in the minority in that regard. If you consider yourself a painter, then yeah, you got to get on that. If you're a gamer or even a modeler, you just enjoy putting models together. Yeah, that's fine too. I mean, again, that's why I don't really subscribe to the idea of pile of shame. I don't agree to pile of shame, because you bought those models, you spent the models, it made you happy. And if you enjoy assembling them, and that's all you enjoy doing, then by all means. I have a friend. He's got thousands and thousands and thousands of points worth of models assembled and primed. Last time we talked, he barely plays. He just enjoys the modeling aspect of it. And that is fine. That's the hobby for him. So even if he had closets full of boxes of unassembled, it doesn't matter. It's his hobby, and he's going to do it the way he wants. And it's as simple as that. So again, I don't subscribe to the pile of shame idea, because the shame implies that you are feeling some sort of guilt over your purchases. Now, if you have bills to pay and you're not paying them because you're buying miniatures, that's a bit of a problem, right? But if it was your money, you know what I mean, and you know, bills are paid, and you know, kids are fed, and you know, all that, yeah, spend it however you want. If you want to buy just boxes of miniatures, stack them all up and put them on top of your head, I mean, go right ahead. I mean, like, you know, it's your life, it's your money. Do what you like. Sophie, why? Bay Kris said it's about beep beep time. These beep beep, awesome beep, fantastic beep, Eldar beep, arrived beep. Beep beep. Nathaniel, £100 for the box. Paint more chaos. Jabba, I thumbed down your paint chaos loser. I just thumbed you down, paint chaos loser. Did you really thumb this down? Wait a second, are you the guy? Because there's been a few videos where I've noticed there's been a stream of thumb down. Is that you? Is that you been thumbing me down, man? Man, wait, you're doing me dirty like that, man. Oh, Sir Peanut Butter, thank you. Subscribing with the Twitch Primes. Thank you. I missed that. I don't have the alert thing turned on. I explained last episode, like, for whatever reason, things got fucked up. I missed that. Thank you. With the little monkey emote. You know what? Let's quickly jump over. Let's have a peek over at the Games Workshop side of things. The pre-order page. I'm showing 125 British pounds. What is that in Canadian? Canucka bucks or euros? Because euros is pretty close to the American currency. Yeah, what is that? 125. Somebody mind doing me an exchange there on 125? I mean, I suppose we can just wait like 40 minutes, but anyway. Ooh, some books. Is that a comic? Sister a Battle comic issue 5. Cool. I've never really read the comics. Cards, more books. Ooh, Git Slayer. That's Gotrex. I still have those in a blister, those models. Ethereal, some pretty dice. Darkstrider. Oh yeah, the Almanac. And yeah, G-Dubs sent me the Darkstrider, Graviset Armor, and Primaris Ancient. Yeah, I also have these, so don't be shocked if these show up in videos and streams and things of that nature. Oh, the Codex is sold out? Aw. Did anybody watch my useless review on that? Did you guys enjoy the useless review? I'm just wondering, did you guys enjoy that one? Look at that. Yeah, so I mean, like, 125 for basically, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new model kits. Because I'm sure those 5 chosen all come in the same box. Only that Forge Fiend is the only thing that's old. That's it. It's got a nice little booklet. It's actually got quite a bit of fluffy in the booklet. Yeah. And those... Oh, you know what? Remember we were talking... I think it was like a week or so ago. We were talking about the Shining Spears. I can't remember if we were talking on here or if we were talking on the video about the Shining Spears. Because people were speculating that the Shining Spears jet bike is the same bike as the Shroud Runners. Now, they both look similar, but they're not the same. And I'll tell you why. See the bit above the engine nozzle? That's solid. This, the body of the bike is 2 pieces. That's it. So this does not come off on the Shroud Runners. But the Shining Spears bike is more like this. Right? So, yeah. It's not the same kit. It's a different kit. Shroud Runners have a different kit from Shining Spears. Okay? I'll tell you that much right now. I mean, unless, of course, they encourage you to chop it up. But, yeah. no, it's not the same. I know. I was trying to hold my tongue when we were on that subject. I think it was maybe it was the LVO reveal, and I almost said no, it can't be the same because the Shroud Runners it's a fixed back end of the bike. I almost said it and just spoiled it all in the show. Oh, then that would have been the end of Kris's ride. Kim, it's about 130 euros. Okay, so about 130 US dollars? That doesn't seem right. Again, I mean, like, you know, it's consistent with their pricing. I'm not saying their prices are good. I'm not saying that they're horrible. It is a premium value that is placed on these models compared to, you know, other model kits out there, you know, from like Tamiya and what have you, right? Model kits, we're talking. Just strictly just whatever it is. It's models, right? Yeah. But people pay it. I mean, again, if you really are that upset about the pricing, then stop paying for it. Legion, does the Ranger kit leave you with some bits after building them? Yes. Yes, it does. There's like little holsters, pistols, there's arms, there's extra heads. You can even leave the backpacks off. You know how you can always see the backpack? It's fully modeled on the back. So you can leave that backpack off. If you don't like the look of the backpack, you can leave that off. Every model has about 2 or 3 options of a head or more. Every model is about 2 or 3 different poses. No, 2 poses. Sorry, 2 poses. Where's the assembly instructions? God damn it. Yeah. So assembly instructions. Yeah, like every ranger has options, right? So, and the fun part is that the Eldar with the doodad. This is probably my favorite pose. In fact, yeah, I'm probably going to spend a bit of time painting this one. Not like to a super high degree, but you know, I'm gonna take my time with it. Actually, I might even show painting the flesh of the Eldar. But anyway, yeah, most of these Eldar, they have a few options for how you can assemble them, and what kind of heads, and you can even leave like holsters off. It doesn't affect the aesthetic, and you can leave the backpacks off, which I thought was actually kind of interesting. You can leave the backpacks off. I almost considered leaving the backpacks off just so that I could see more of the cloaks. But yeah, I mean, like if you're really into the cloaks and you want to, you know, showcase, you know, camouflage and shit like that, yeah, by all means, you know, you can. And it doesn't make the model look weird. In fact, they look pretty cool without their backpacks. So there's options there. I have not assembled the Chaos, but there's tons of options with those Chaos. The different weapons, all sorts of weapons. Like there's tons of bits in that sprue. The Autarch, again, tons of options, tons of bits. Shroud Runners. Now I have not fully assembled a Shroud Runner yet. I'm planning on working on the bikes themselves this week on getting projects done, so that's part of the plan. Yeah. Can't remember what else. Yeah, there is a couple options for the snipers or on the for the Shroud Runners. They aren't monopose. But I don't think there's huge amount of options. It's like a head swap. Yeah, it's mostly just head swap. Oh no, one bike, the one that holding the goggles, you can either do them with a rifle or with the goggles. So that's an option. That's it though, really. It's really all in the back rider. Back rider. But anyway. Yeah. But I'm super happy. Finally, it has arrived. Finally, I can talk about this. I've had this box for about 2 weeks. So, yeah. Where am I in this comment stuff? James Shapiro, pile of shame, hobbying backlog for snow days. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know, I don't believe in the pile of shame. Pile of shame is non-existent. The only reason you consider a pile of shame is if you're not paying your bills. You're not taking care of shit. That's the only way it's a pile of shame. Peter Megra, I love Eldar. I want all the options, even if I play with just a few normally. Yeah. Michael, Pile of shame. I have thousands of unassembled models that I've collected over the last 40 years. We moved recently, and I actually felt a bit of anxiety that they were all packed away. Kim, pile of opportunity. That's a better way to look at it. Yes, exactly, Kim. It's a pile of opportunity. It's not shame. It's a pile of opportunity. I concur, Kim. Concur, Kim? Concur, Kim. Catman the Nessie? As a longtime collector and player of Eldar, I'm so excited for the new models. Going to start rebasing and repainting my old stuff on anticipation of the new stuff. Sure, the old stuff works as well. I mean, like, because these new designs, they stay very true to even right from Rogue Trader era designs. I'm all for. I'm all for. And yeah, I mean, like, there's obviously some embellishments and changes to the details, refining of things, but the overall aesthetic has not changed, and I'm glad. That's the biggest relief, and probably why I've dreaded an update on Eldar, because the last time they were tinkering around with the design of these figures, I'm sorry, whoever that was that designed about, what was it, about 3rd edition is when they made a change. Whoever that was, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not a big fan. I don't think those were very good. Whoever did that, I don't think it was their best work. Ebb and flow. Paint more chaos. Let's use the 1-2, skip a few, 99, 100 playground rule for boosting the numbers. No. Nope. Cocking. It's 170 US, about 200 Canadian. 216 Canadian. It's 216 Canadian? Yeah, but I mean, for a Space Marine player, and for any collectors out there, I mean, like, yeah, they're gonna pass because, you know, it's Chaos and Eldar. They don't want it, right? The only people who are really fired up about this are people who are into their Chaos, who are super into their Eldar, and people who suffer from shiny model syndrome, right? Those are the only people that are gonna buy this box. Me personally, as an Eldar player, you need this box. You need it. You need it. Everybody's like, oh shit, really? Okay. I better order a box. No, seriously though. You do. Kim. Yeah, I do want all those kits. I'm starting an Eldar army with only new models, and I have at least 5,000 points of chaos already. Oof, that's a lot. Sid Tyler, I kind of like Darkstrider, but he's Tau Sept only. I want to do Farsight. Oh, you can't have him in a Farsight conclave? Kind of discriminatory, isn't it, amongst Tau? Kind of figured they were all hippie socialists, right? Goddamn space commies. Matthew Perez, it was fun. Got some insight on young Kris back in 3rd edition. Nathaniel, send me the Space Marine minis. We'll swear eternal loyalty to you. Oh, you mean the Chaos stuff? Or you mean the Space Marine stuff? Just send it to you? Like, kind of like a knighting ceremony? Kim, do a patron raffle with the Chaos stuff if you're not painting it. Well, I didn't say I wasn't painting it. I'm not in a rush to get it done. Again, like I said, I got like a bunch of Space Marine stuff that I might get to. I like to think I will get to it at some point. Of course, if people ask me a bunch of questions regarding painting something, even Space Marine related and stuff like that, yeah, I'll bust them out, paint them up, demonstrate it, and, you know, help people out. I mean, really, that's how I see it. Is it's a pile of opportunity to help you. Again, this whole endeavor is all about you guys, right? My MO is about helping. And it's like this, like Way of the Brush. I mean, like, in the intro, featuring a bunch of monkeys. My plan is to have the intro just be all of you guys. Maybe some selfies that we've done together and what have you, but otherwise I want the intro just to be just the monkeys. Because again, Way the Brush, this show, this channel essentially, is all about you guys, helping you guys be better, effective hobbyists, happier hobbyists, and just all round enjoying life. You know, that's really all it is. I'm not a very complex man. I'm not complex. I might be a bit fickle, a bit flaky at times. But that is the one thing you can reliably say about Kris. I think, anyway. I don't know. Jabba, I'll go thumb that review down now that you mentioned it. Pink Chaos. Cuntosaurus. Cuntosaurus. See, that sounds like you just have, like, you know, banged up cunt, right? Oh, man, my cunt's sore. Nathaniel, by the way, can anyone send me an invitation to Discord, or is it patrons only? The Discord? No, the Discord's for everybody. Nathaniel, click the link in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, you're on YouTube. It's in the description. There's a link. You'll see it. It'll say Discord, and then it'll have a bunch of, you know, the address. Fire Drake, 200 for 16 models? Nope. I mean, yeah, like, again, if you're not Chaos, if you're not Eldar, I mean, yeah, then you don't really see the value in it. And value is always perceived, right? Because if you knew how much it actually cost, like how much it actually cost Games Workshop to produce this, you would look at the retail price and roll your eyes every single. You probably would leave the hobby. You'd probably leave the hobby at how inexpensive it really is. When you're dealing in bulk, I should say. Russ Sandbags, I would really like to get into Chaos Knights. What are your opinions on waiting for a new Codex, new models versus jumping in? I've heard that the Knights may be getting new sculpts and better rules. They kind of tease something that looks like a Chaos Knight in that reveal a while back. It was probably only 2 weeks ago. It feels like so long ago. Yeah, and so I don't know. I don't know. Chaos Knights, I don't know. I could not tell you. Most of the time, my ear, I'm only, in the last 20 years, I've only wanted more Eldar. And Games Workshop is finally getting around to it, and I'm finally happy. And yeah, so as far as Chaos stuff, no, I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. And as far as waiting, I mean, you don't really have to wait on the models, and it's not like the Knights. The Knight kits are relatively new, so getting a Knight, you know, and if you converted it, well, then it doesn't even matter, really. I mean, if you convert it and throw bits on it and, you know, make it Nurgle and Tzeentch, whatever, you know, it's just going to fit your army anyway. So it really doesn't matter if it's a new or old kit, and whether, you know, it's only the rulebook that you're concerned really about, right? Are they viable? I mean, if you're concerned with meta, sure, right? You know, that's the only reason why people get so concerned about the rules about this stuff, is because they're into the meta. Because either A, they're a competitive player, or B, a power gamer, right? So, yeah. Sophie, Kris, when the box comes out and we peeps can get a hold of it, can you do a getting projects done on the character model, then so we can paint along with you? The Warpsmith or the Autarch? I have plans for the Autarch, but I haven't gotten anything done on the Autarch. But I do. I'm waiting on something because I do have a plan, and then I will carry on. I mean, I already have Autarchs. I have the Autarch on jet bike. I have the Autarch with the wings. I have the one on foot, and, you know, plenty of Autarchs. I mean, one more Autarch, what's going to, you know, change, right? I think I feel more comfortable doing the Autarch either from a completely visual standpoint or rules wise, right? So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, you know, as far as the model, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, this week getting projects done, I'm gonna start farting around with the Shroud Runners because I want to get those done. I would like to get through the Rangers and the Shroud Runners before any more Eldar, especially before the Codex drops. I would definitely like to get them done before that. So don't be shocked if I'm doing a lot of streams or videos on getting them done. Matthew Perez, if we didn't post it yet, Eldritch Omens is going to be about 200 US. Not my thing, even though I want both armies. Just can't justify the funds right now. No. I mean, yeah, again, you got bills to pay. So pay your bills, right? And this stuff will be there when you got the resources for it. It's not going anywhere. It's, not for a while. And it seems like the Games Workshop has been doing a lot of made to order for these like new releases and stuff. So maybe they're going to do that with this. I have no idea. I'm not part of the marketing team. I have no say in anything that, happens or, just says it's a pre-order. Okay, so they're saying pre-order promise. Pre-order Eldritch Omens before 8 a.m. GMT on Monday, the 7th of February, 2022, to guarantee your copy. Okay? Everybody got that? You in the back. Did you get that? But yeah. I mean, again, like the only people who are really, really fired up for this box are Eldar players. And maybe Chaos. The Warpsmith, I don't know, is that something Chaos players have been dying for? Is that something that everybody has wanted as far as Chaos players are concerned? Is that the second coming of whatever? Kim, I'm looking to the box at Norwegian price. It's 132 euros. They're converted from Norwegian. It's 157 converted. Posted in Discord. Okay. Man, we got to move through some of these comments here. Joe K, my pile of shame is steadily transforming into a pile of collectibles. So I guess it's a win. Yes, it is a win. It's a win because it's your hobby time and you're finding your peace, right? Some of us lead very stressful lives. And so whenever an hour or two that we get to sit down and, work on our models, it gives us peace. It gives us a little bit of joy in an otherwise hectic lifestyle, right? So that's why the idea, again, you don't need things like, pile of shame or any of these other things that kind of can bring your attitude down to on the hobby, because it's not the hobby. The hobby is just it's you. It's personal. The hobby is personal. This is all deeply personal, and I think that's where we get a lot of this confusion when we're talking about our relationship with this hobby, because it is something deeply personal, and any opinion shared can feel like an offense in some regard, minor to greater, because we all feel so personal about it, because the hobby is personal. It's personal. And so when somebody disagrees, oh, I feel attacked. Like, what? No. It's personal. That's how that person, that's that person's interaction with the hobby, right? So, yeah. Anyway. Peter Megro, if you say so, Sensei, when is the hot tub Eldar session? Actually, you know what? The hot tub thing might be sooner than later, because Buddy's getting ready to start installing it. There's like 2 feet of snow on the ground right now, and he's got to clear out his backyard where the hot tub's going. Anyway, I don't think the ground's really frozen around here though, so it's probably not very deep. I don't know if it's in ground or above ground. I can't remember, but anyway. I don't know where I am. Fire Drake 18, I can't look at the stash and believe you're not complicated. I don't know how to respond to that one. You got me, Fire Drake. You got me. You got me. I don't know. Like, was that a diss? Was it a compliment? Was it a backhanded compliment? Is he throwing shade my way? I don't know. I'm confused. You got me. Like I said, Fire Drake, you got me. You got me. The Wannabe Painter. Hey, folks. Hope you're all doing fine. What's going on? Not too much. You know, just sitting back, talking, hobbying. Eldar. Russ Sandbags. Is there a 9th edition rule book in the box? No. There's no rule books in the box. It's just a campaign book. Do I have the campaign book here? Or did I put that back in the other studio? No, I got the campaign book right here. So the campaign book, I was thinking of doing a video, just kind of like an addendum to the unboxing, because I didn't really talk about this book in the video. It is 32 pages of like mostly background, campaign rules, pretty art, right? So it's pretty straightforward. I was thinking of doing a video on it. I don't know. Do we really need a video on this book? I mean, if you guys want it, I'll do it. Just make you happy. What is a Warpsmith anyway? Masters of biomechanical machinery, Warpsmiths fashion many of the weapons of war wielded by the Heretic Astartes. Is that what they're called, the Heretic Astartes? They're not really Chaos Marines anymore. They're Heretic Astartes. It fits. It's apt, right? Anyway. In battle, they meet their foes in the swirling press of melee. Melee? They're coiling mechadendrites. Mechatendrils. Fuck, mechadendrites. What are mechadendrites? Is that the Necron thing? Anyway. Lashing at their enemies or snaking out to effect repairs upon damaged heretic war engines. So what does he do? Okay, well, he's a Chaos Marine. You know, his stats are, not amazing. I mean, he's a 6'3", 2, 4s, 3, 9, and a 2 save. He's armed with a power axe, the mecha tendrils, melt-a-gun, flamer, plasma pistol, frag grenades, crack grenades. Jeez. Everything but the kitchen sink. Oh, and he can make the hammer. Oh, so the hammer is a thunder hammer. Yeah, see, if I assemble this guy, I'm going to do the hammer. I like the hammer better than the axe. The hammer just looks cooler. And because, he's a warpsmith, right? He's like a blacksmith. So a hammer. Blacksmith, hammer. Like, just makes sense, right? But anyway, yeah. Interesting. Shall I read some of the Eldar stuff? Everybody's out there like, what the fuck? No. Shut up about the fucking Eldar, man. Jesus H. Holy butt. Russ Sandbags. Magic Gathering is the same way with absurd markup from the product cost. Yeah, exactly. It's just a huge amount of markup. Right? And if you have any idea on, how manufacturing and retail and what the cost to make these models, yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't buy models ever again, really, just how much of markup. So, but we love them so. Sophie, looking forward to more streams and reviews. Kris, you could stream every day painting and reviewing the new releases. I could. I'm not. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, Sophie, but I'm not. And don't worry, Sophie, you're not the first woman I've ever disappointed. Kim, no, it's only a little thin book with temporary rules for the stuff in the box. Yeah, exactly. We needed a new Warpsmith. Warpsmith already exists, and is there already a model for it? I didn't know. See, I don't really I don't really care about other armies. I only care about Eldar. So, I don't really pay attention to other armies. I mean, new models coming out all the time, yay, new models. But I mean, like, Chaos, I used to be a Chaos player, but I don't really follow them these days. I used to play Orcs, don't really follow them these days. Tyranids, don't really follow them. What else did I used to? Oh, Tau, I kind of follow Tau. Only because my son, he's been getting into Tau, so yeah. Fire Drake. Plastic shaming is not cool. Sid Tyler, you can say that again. I take it too personally anytime I see the hate Tau get. Usually every time there's an update because people just want them gone. Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's the same thing with Eldar. I mean, shit, Sid, you're in the Discord. Like, look how much Eldar get hate. Now it's a very vocal minority in the Discord. It's one guy basically. I mean, love the man, but holy shit, Jim, shut the fuck up. Gim, sorry, it's Gim. Anyway, I just outed Gim. I just doxed Gim. Friendly Necromancer, I would like a video on lore parts. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people doing lore videos, and Games Workshop on the Warhammer Plus, they've been doing lore videos, and they're so good, you know? I mean, I'm not sure I have anything really to add to lore, other than maybe the perspective of being an old bastard who still plays with models. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only perspective I have, because that's what I am, right? So, you know, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could do lore, just, you know, maybe examine past to present, the evolutions, maybe. But now that I just threw that out there, I'm sure somebody is already doing it or will be. But either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, I could. If you guys really want it. I mean, like, you know, again, like, I respond to feedback, right? So when you guys leave comments, I do read them, and I do like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. And it gets put on my list of things. That list keeps getting longer. But anyway, again, just keep shouting these ideas. When you see me do a video and I'm talking about something, yeah, make a comment. It only takes you a minute to just leave a comment saying, yeah, make more videos about such. Make more videos about this. You know what I mean? Any ideas you have that you'd like to see me cover or whatever, please feel free to let me know. I mean, you know, if something has more attention, then I'm more likely to get that done first. Because, well, you know, not to play to the base, but there we are. I mean, you know, otherwise I'm just going to do what I do. Most of the time I just do what I do. But James Shapiro, they are Heretic Astartes. Yeah, I didn't realize that. They changed it. See, again, I don't really pay attention. I'm only concerned with Eldar stuff. So, Heretic Scott, speaking of heretics, hello, hi peeps, hello. Jatham, Mechadendrites are the tentacle things that Tech Marines and Mechanicus guys have, as well as their Chaos equivalents. Oh, okay. Oh, so the Mechadendrites are the tentacle things. Mechatendrils. So why is the distinction for him Mechatendrils, and for Adeptus it's Mechadendrite? Mechadendrite? It sounds like Mechadendrive. Mechadendrive. Anyway, Peter Magro, more Eldar stuff. I'm with you, Pete. Heretic Scott, are we talking about the Chaos-looking hammer that was shown in the Rumor Engine? Yeah, and that's the hammer. The Warpsmith, that's his hammer that they were showing. Because, yeah, he has an option either for a Power Axe or a Thunder Hammer. When and if I ever assemble this figure, I most likely will put the hammer on. And, you know, work on it that way. Yeah. So, that's all I got to say about that. Ghost of Starman. To be fair, pretty hard to follow Tyranid release when they aren't any. LOL. Last one was 5 years ago. For Tyranids? Yeah. Well, they teased in one of the recent Path of the Review or Path of the Preview articles that Tyranids are the next book coming. So, for all you Tyranid players out there, start saving your pennies. Ruckus Muckus. Eldar needed the update. Yes, they do. Visually. Like, from going from pewter and finecast to styrene plastic? Yes. I would argue it's long overdue, but yes. James Shapiro. What I really need to know is that if the Dark Reaper kit will look alright with solid paint, or if I need to add skulls to convert the heads. That's an interesting one. I don't mind the Dark Reaper skulls. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think maybe because no, they have. I don't feel like going all the way to the articles. The Dark Reapers, I like. I mean, people are making fun of them, but they don't. It doesn't bother me. The aesthetic is still like the Rogue Trader era. It's similar to that. I'm fine with that. They don't have to look like real skulls because it's not the aesthetic, right? The realistic looking skull helmets, save that for Chaos, right? That kind of aesthetic fits Chaos models better than it would fit Eldar. A more stylized skull, sure, but again, it's style. Some people dig style, some people don't. So, you know, you can't make everybody happy in regards to making a skull face on a guy because, you know, either you end up with something that looks, you know, anatomically correct, is very stylized, you know, it looks like the Punisher, or it could look like fucking Hello Kitty, or, you know, Jack Skeleton, or, you know what I mean? Like, there's all different ways that a skull can be done. You know, there's not one way to do it, but going with a scary, evil looking skull face, that feels more like a Chaos thing. That kind of aesthetic suits Chaos more than it suits Eldar. Eldar, it's more of a stylized, it's a representation, right? It's not an actual skull face. It's just representing the aspect of Cain that they you know, portray, right? So no, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the beef is with the whole Dark Reaper skull thing. No, it's silly to me. What was the other one that was silly recently? I was like, I don't know, fucking people. Oh, the belly button thing. Belly buttons. Going on about belly buttons on the armor for Eldar. Like, all right. And then, of course, everybody was silent when the Avatar. And they showed the Avatar, and the Avatar's got a belly button. Like, again, people's enthusiasm and complaining and silliness is inconsistent at best. Sid Tyler, like in the forums, every painting thread was like, ooh, pretty good for Tau, I guess. Can you paint? Insert army. And they're always the one everyone wants to get rid of when that infamous poll pops up. Yeah, the hatred towards Tau is ridiculous. But, I mean, for a long time, it was Eldar. I mean, for the longest time, Eldar were always referred to, since 2nd edition, and probably 1st edition as well, or Rogue Trader. Cheddar. Everybody always called them Cheddar because they were cheesy, right? Remember cheesy? Everybody was always, no, that's cheesy, right? And so Eldar became Cheddar for a long time. In fact, ask him all the euphemisms for Eldar. Go ahead. He hates Eldar. Why? I don't know. He's weird. How can you hate something fictional? Like proper hate. Sid Tyler, what army would you remove from 40K? Army? There are 3 armies I probably would remove from 40K. Models and... yeah. Okay. You ready? You guys ready for this? Anybody who's been watching me for any length of time knows what I'm going to say. Grey Knights, Adeptus Custodes, and honestly, Harlequins. Harlequins don't need to be their own army. They're a faction. Like they're really not supposed to be a faction. They're just nomads all over the webway, and they come perform, and sometimes they help out when there's a big battle, right? An army is a huge collection of them attacking or defending a certain point. And yeah, Harlequins don't make sense as being in their own army, which may be why they're part of this new Eldari Codex. Because maybe we're not, you know, Harlequins they're going to be folded in properly like the way they're supposed to be, right? So, Grey Knights, Custodes, those armies should be gone. They shouldn't be there. The Custodes, definitely. They're supposed to be guarding the fucking Emperor. Why are you out gallivanting around the Eye of Terror? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're not doing your job. You're not doing your job at that point. You've failed at your job. So even the bodyguards who are supposed to protect the savior of humanity have failed in their jobs. Grey Knights, they're supposed to be a super secretive, special ops, elite of the elite, with honors, sir, kind of force, who only deal with demonic incursions. They don't go to fucking worlds and cleanse them of orcs. They don't go attack an Eldar craft world. They don't, deal with Tyranids, right? They're supposed to only deal with demonic incursions. They're only supposed to protect humanity from the demonic incursions. It's like as soon as they detect something, boom, they appear. And also Grey Knights come in, smack up the demons. Send them away. Okay, everybody get the little red blinky light. Bloop. Everybody forgets what happened. They teleport out and they're gone. Right? That's the way it was always described for Grey Knights. So why are they coming in? You're not even, like, in the older lore, the way I always described it is that you're not even supposed to know. Like, the rest of humanity, like 99.9999% of humanity does not know about demonic incursions. They're not supposed to. Why? Because knowing about it invites the incursion. So, right? Nobody's supposed to know about it. So it's supposed to be a closely guarded secret. Grey Knights should not be an army. They're only supposed to be dealing with demonic incursions. They should just be a part of the Inquisition. They're only supposed to be a part of the Inquisition. They're just a fighting arm of the Ordos Malus. That's it, right? There's three orders, or the three big orders of Inquisitions, right? Ordo Malus, Ordo Heretics, and Ordos Xenos. That's right. So, yeah. I mean, if we're going to complain about something, if we're complaining. Nathaniel, Hello Kitty Space Marine. Now, that's a project I'm in the waiting. Yeah, Hello Kitty Space Marines? Sure, why not, you know? Oh, Fire Drake, have to go. Enjoy your Eldar, Kris. Yeah, later, duder. Jabba, can you do a video on how to paint skulls on a Chaos model? I can. And maybe I will. Sid Tyler, I like the Death Jester helmet. Yeah, the Death Jester looks cool. You know? It's a stylized skull. It's not a skull, right? It doesn't look like even like how GW does skulls that are supposed to look like, you know, a realistic skull. They don't have that, right? It's a stylized skull. Because it's, you know, again, for the Harlequins, it's a costume. They're wearing a costume because, you know, they're coming from a play. They were just performing, and then somebody attacked the Eldar, and then the Eldar got up and went, "Holy shit, we got to go deal with this. Harlequins, you in?" And they're like, because they're mimes, right? So they mime it out, and it would be really annoying dealing with Harlequins. Honestly, like I don't know how you would even coordinate with them. It's like, here's the Autarch going, here's the battle plan. We're going to come in here. We're going to open this webway. We're going to come in with the jet bikes. We're going to bring a Phantom Titan over here. And then, of course, we already have Aspect Warriors and Rangers already stashed out all over the place, ready to go. Clowns, are you with me? And they're all, you know, trapped in a box thing. And it's like, fuck, are you in or not? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you with us? No? Like, hello? Is he paying attention? You know what I mean? Like, dealing with them would just be a huge, huge headache. Because, you know, they're not supposed to talk, right? So. Sophie, for skull helmet, that would be great if some chaos with skull helmets where the skulls is from 40k creature rather than typical human looking skulls. Yeah, well, the typical looking human skull, it represents obviously, you know, human death, right? That's the whole point of the skull. In that context, doing a bunch of alien skulls, yeah, it would be cool. You know, like I think it would be kind of fun if they did some aesthetics, especially if they reintroduced some of the animosity between the gods. So, like for example, you had a Nurgle demon, prince, warrior, champion, even just the regular warriors, and they're sporting, say, skulls of pink horrors, which I don't know if they have skulls. Like, would that even make sense? Maybe like big bird skulls, or you know what I mean, just as a jab at their, you know, Zinch enemies, right? Khorne sometimes has demonettes trophies on them, and you know what I mean, like just that kind of stuff, right? I mean, the animosity between the gods, you know, play into that a little bit. Peter Magro, does the new Eldar models mix well with the old ones? Interesting. I was looking for my Eldar Rangers, my old pewter ones, and I can't find them. I don't know where they are. I looked all through my bins and stuff like that, and I can't find them. I had them already painted, and they're painted. My Eldar Rangers were painted just like this, with actually I had black cloaks, but or maybe it was green, but with the red bits and the leather and stuff like that. Yeah, I painted them pretty much the same way as how they were painted in the art or in the box, right? But yeah. I suspect they're bigger, so there is a bit of a scale jump. But I mean, we've seen that. We've long suspected that for a while. You know what I should have done is I should have done like a comparison of the Harlequins, because I have both old and new Harlequins. The Rogue Trader era Harlequins, yeah, they're way small. They're tiny. But like the last iteration of them before the new plastic release. I should have done. Maybe I'll take a picture later just to show like old and new, just the size difference. Because yeah, the scale creep is real. Jatham, they aren't anymore. They're in the new Eldar book and can make a detachment in either Craftworld or Drukhari now. Right, exactly, right? They're not their own book anymore, which is fine. That's the way it should be. If you want to make an army of them, okay. It doesn't really fit the lore though, right? And we're always it's always this balance between the lore and the rules, and yeah. But Custodes and Grey Knights should not be a thing. I mean, like, they should be a thing, but not in the numbers in which we see them, right? They shouldn't be armies. There shouldn't be Codex Custodes. There shouldn't be Codex Grey Knights. I'm trying to think what else, like, doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, as far as rules standpoints are concerned, like Space Marine rules and Blood Angels and blah, 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 that's all fine, I would love to see Imperial Guard get a bit of love from the lore as far as their codexes are concerned. I'd like to see the models get an aesthetics change. I would love it if they came back and gave us the regiments again. Mordian, Talaran, Valhallan. You know what I mean? Like all these really characterful Imperial Guard armies. But right, because the Imperial Guard isn't just one big homogenous looking force. It's hodgepodge all over the galaxy, right? Like it's just, they're using the same equipment, but it's different cultures. It's different human cultures all fighting against a common enemy. And when you have this hodgepodge force to put together, yeah, it'd be quite bright and colorful and, really messy looking, but that's really what it would look like. And even the aesthetics of like the old rogue traders, right? The rogue traders were like the only humans in the Imperium who had authority like an Inquisitor, because an Inquisitor has absolute authority, right? They're speaking for the High Lords of Terra. So they are the guys. And a rogue trader was kind of given that kind of similar responsibility, because they would give him legions of Space Marines, they would give him legions of Imperial Guard, Mechanicus, he would get ships, he would get all sorts of equipment, and he would go off and look for new opportunities, kind of thing, right? He's a privateer basically. And yeah, that's when you would want to see these mixed forces, or even an Inquisition force, right? Inquisitors going around the galaxy gathering up forces, so that he's got a mission, because he's an Inquisitor. He's in the know as far as things going on in the galaxy, right? An Inquisitor would just go to a world and say, oh yeah, I need a regiment of Imperial Guard, and in some backward watered world, right? And he's okay, yeah, give me a regiment. And then goes to another world and goes, yeah, give me a regiment of your troops. Okay, they give him another regiment. He takes off, counters the Space Marine, battle barge, and says, oh, can you guys supply me a couple units of Space Marines? All right, we're on duty, right? And he goes around, he collects up all this stuff, and then goes and achieves his mission. So, if we're balancing army comps and lore, right? We're reconciling those two, which at the moment feels like maybe they oppose each other. Maybe. I'm Ron Burgundy. Anyway. Sid Tyler. But honestly, I agree. Custodes aren't an army. They aren't supposed to be leaving Terra. But I think you should keep the models and roll them into another book, maybe. Yeah, exactly. I think Custodes, a book of the Inquisition, where give us, if they want to produce a 200-page tome, like it looks like they want to do, give us the Book of the Inquisitors, and it covers all three of the major Inquisition factions, and have all the rules and for making army lists within those factions. And Custodes can be a part of that, right? Because you definitely want Grey Knights in there. You definitely would have Death Watch in there. You definitely would have, the Sisters of Battle fall within that, right? Because that's initially what Sisters of Battle were supposed to be. They weren't supposed to be, like a big fighting force. Although the way they describe it now is that pretty much almost every human world will have a complement of Sisters of Battle, because obviously the church is on every planet. So yeah, you're going to have Sisters of Battle pretty much everywhere. And realistically, if you think about it, the Sisters of Battle are really the only standing army that is almost a guarantee on every world. Now, mind you, it'd be a small army, but an army nonetheless that's ready to go with the best equipment on that world, right? So realistically, not realistically, but one way of looking at it is that Sisters of Battle really should be the poster child of the Imperium, because they're on every big Imperial world, because anywhere that there's an Imperial church, it's going to have sisters. And sisters are a fighting force, aside from being preachers as well. But you know what I mean? Like, so really every human world has Sisters of Battle on them, to some degree, be it a big army or a smaller army, a little small fighting force, detachments here and there scattered throughout the planet, but come together when, an entire planet's being invaded, which, seems to be every other Sunday. So yeah, really, Sisters of Battle should be the poster child of the Imperium, because they're on every world and they're the first ones who are going to pick up their guns and start shooting at an enemy, and possibly shoot your neighbor because he was a heretic. So, you take your good with your bad. James Shapiro, pre-orders up $239 Canadian. Yeah, it's a little bit much, but I mean, can't do it. You can't do it. Dark Commission. Wouldn't the clowns turn up in a Land Raider, honking horns, and then with all the wheels and doors fall off? You know what? In Rogue Trader, Harlequins could have Land Raiders. Yeah, they could. For all you old timers out there, yeah, you could have a Land Raider in your army. Same with Eldar. I think Eldar could have a Land Raider as well. Ghost of Starman. Fortunately, Harlequins can probably respond to "Are you in?" type of question with whatever the Eldar equivalent of a thumbs up is. Yeah, the Eldar equivalent thumbs up. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what the Eldar equivalent of thumbs up is. I don't know. It'd just be annoying that trying to deal with a Harlequin and so what's your favorite color? That doesn't really tell me anything. You gonna come join us in this fight? Or doing the rope pull? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the stereotypical mime things, right? So anyway, Sophie Wow, are Harlequins part of Eldar or Dark Eldar or both? Both. Harlequins are part of the Eldar. They are neither Craftworld Eldar or Dark Eldar or Exodites or Corsairs. They are their own entity, and they have a task to serve. They serve a task in the lore of Eldar or Eldari. And yeah. Now, how they replenish their ranks, it could be all the other Eldar. So Harlequin could come from Dark Eldar, could come from Craftworld Eldar, could come from Exodite Eldar, could come from Corsair Eldar. Now, Exodite Eldar are just basically backward primitive or primitive living like Eldar. Corsairs are basically pirates. Corsairs actually would be an interesting one, because Corsairs are where you have Craftworld Eldar and Dark Eldar coming together, and they work together because they're Eldar, right? Eldar, even though Dark Eldar are weirdos compared to Craftworld Eldar, who are super repressed, they come together and they work, and they still see each other as kin, right? Even though they're really polar opposites, they still are brothers, and they'll still work with each other. They'll fight as brothers do, but they'll also work together, right? Whereas like Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines, you don't see that, right? You can't imagine that in the pinch, Imperial Marines and Chaos Marines will work together to fight a common foe, whereas Eldari will, as far as the lore kind of alludes to, right? And now that you have Ynnari, now you have Dark Eldar and Craftworld Eldar coming together, and it only makes sense. because they all see each other as elves, and everything else is garbage. Basically, the Eldar perspective. Yeah, you got pointy ears. Yeah, you're in. Everything else is scum. It's peasants. It's plebs. Be serious. The new Krieg Guard squad was really nice. Would be good to see a few more like that. Definitely, 100%. Plastic Krieg, yeah. Plastic Krieg, Plastic Valhalla, Plastic Mordians, Plastic Talaran, better Plastic Catechins. Cadians are pretty much, destroyed. So, and that pretty much, the Cadians are pretty much the poster child for the current look of Imperial Guard, right? You can't imagine Imperial Guard army without looking like Cadians, right? Because the current look of the Imperial Guard, as we understand it, that was just the Cadians that looked that way. But now it seems like that's the look of Imperial Guard. Imperial Guard, no matter what world we're talking about, they all look like Cadians. Which, I mean, you could argue that, yeah, they would just have that supply, and they just, supply all the armies of the Imperium like that, and everybody just uses the same equipment. Sure. But I would rather see the individualism back in Imperial Guard. Yeah, it looks rather hodgepodge, especially when you have, Talarans and Catechins and, Valhallans all working together as a fighting force. But I'm sure that kind of thing would happen all the time, right? Like if you read Gaunt's Ghosts, the Gaunt's Ghosts, they work with all sorts of Imperial Guard, right? Because they're a scout regiment, but they get folded into all these different armies as part of the crusade, right? And so you would have all these big mixed armies. Because, it can't just be one world fighting the entire war. It's many worlds defending themselves, right? So, yeah. Fuck, where the hell am I? Sophie, totally agree about the sisters. More sister stuff. Sure. Well, like I said, sisters, I mean, more sister stuff? Sure, I don't care. But as far as what really should be the face of the Imperium, yeah, like what force is the most numerous and consistent, apparently, across the Imperium would be sisters. That's the only fighting force, really, that would be the most consistent, other than color schemes. But, I mean, their equipment and everything like that is all the same, and their outward appearance is mostly the same, other than, their coloring. But, yeah, it would be Sisters of Battle. Because they're on every Imperial world where there's a church. Or churches, right? So, yeah, Sisters of Battle would be vastly numerous. And would be probably the largest fighting force in the Imperium. It's just, it's scattered throughout the Imperium, right? It's not like they have strongholds as such, versus like Imperial Guard, which are typically charged with the planetary defense, whereas Sisters are not, right? Sisters are supposed to be for the people, right? They're preaching to the people. They're supposed to be for the people. So when the Sisters pick up the gun and start defending cities and stuff like that, really, when you think about it, Sisters are the heroes of the Imperium, even though they're battle nuns who are going to whack you over the knuckles when you get something wrong, but they'll also grab a bolter and blow an Eldar's face off, right? So, really, realistically, the Sisters, yeah, are probably the Imperium's redeeming quality in a tiniest of regards, because, yeah, they're still battle nuns. They'll still whack you, and they're still, oh, that's a witch? Kill the witch. Oh, he's a heretic. I'm eating bacon on a Friday. What? Heretic? So, it's not like they're good guys or girls. But yeah. James Shapiro. I'd love to love/fear to see comment sections if GW shifted the primary faction to Sister Battle. No, they won't shift them. No, I'm saying they should be the face of the Imperium, the face of 40K. By proxy, Sister Battle, Space Marines, right? And in Rogue Trader era, because Sister Battle have been around since Rogue Trader, they're always described in being power armor. So they were already kind of like female Space Marines by that point. So, it's really no big thing for them just to be, fuck it. The Sister Battle are the face of the Imperium, right? These devoted, nuns who preaching, the Emperor's word, burning heretics, and of course picking up a bolt gun and blowing off, some Chaos Warrior, some Tyranid, or you know what I mean? Blowing them off, blowing them away. That was a different story. Anyway, yeah. Now, mind you, I've never collected Sisters of Battle. I don't even know if I've ever owned a Sister of Battle model. I'm trying to think at any point. I don't know if I've even painted a Sister of Battle. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get a box of them. Oh, you know what? There was a conversion idea I had that, I wanted to get some Sister of Battle. Maybe I should. Maybe. Time we out here. Is that real? It's already 20 after 1. Jeez Louise. Oh, we haven't done the Instagram yet. Ghost of Starman. A lot of them sisters, hospitaler, or whatever. They do have combat training, but their main focus is on healing. Again, favorite color would be easy for Harlequins. They pretty much wear every color 24/7. They can just point. Well, and the other thing is too is Harlequins wear hollow fields. They're always wearing their hollow fields. So as soon as they stay still, you can see them. But as soon as they move, they go into jig-jag pattern all over the place, right? So even if he starts dancing and stuff like that, he just turns into this blur of color, and you're like, is that a yes? It's like trying to ask a chameleon, how are you feeling? A chameleon being like, a mood ring. It would be really stressful, actually. Paul Noggs. Got the ears? You're in. Kris 2022. The quote. Got the ears? You're in. I have pointy ears, actually. I did a video one time, and I picked up elf ears. I still have them. I'm not putting them on now. I'm not putting my ears on. James Serapo? Well, for Astartes and heretics, bringing everyone together, they're always the fallen. Interesting. Yes, the fallen, which are newly turned heretics. So a guy who's newly turned, are they really the binding quality we need? I don't know. Are they the heroes we need? James, Acadians are way too contemporary military. Mordians, Valhallans, and the like are more charming as models. Yes. Well, because they're tropes of human soldiers, right? Like Valhallans obviously are old World War II Soviet style looking kind of soldiers. Mordians, more Prussian like, right? Talaran were more desert raider, right? So they had more of an Arab vibe to them, right? The cloths on the head and the long, cloaks and shit like that. More for desert wear, right? Oh, another one was the Attilians. The Attilians, right? They look like Mongolians. They're all on horseback. They're Rough Riders, the Attilian Rough Riders. That's another one that should make a comeback, because you got the Death Corp. Do they still have Rough Riders? Are there models for Rough Riders, like plastic kits for Muff Riders? Oh, shit. Fucking Muff Riders. The Death Corpse of Krieg Muff Riders. Oh, shit. I don't know sometimes. Anyway. Ghost of Starman. I think even in just the first Gaunt's Ghost book, they fight alongside two other IG forces, and the differences in aesthetic were quite heavily emphasized. Yeah, exactly, right? Imperial Guard forces would be hodgepodge forces, right? It's only when you get into like the planetary defense that you would have this consistent look across the fighting force, right? But I mean, even still, you could get into different areas of the planet. They all might look the same roughly, but maybe people on the south, you know, they're into feathers, and people in the north are into, you know, bones through the noses, and people in, you know, I mean, like, you know, even a world would be diverse, right? Because humans are diverse. I know that's kind of a rough concept for some people, but humans are diverse, and that diversity would spread throughout the Imperium. The Imperium would have all these different humans, which again is the problem with the whole idea of this one big Imperium to begin with. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so having Imperial Guard look like just one thing, it doesn't really work, you know? I mean, we think we're talking about, you know, the diversity of humans when we're just talking about the skin tone. But no, there'd be vast cultural differences even on one single world of the Imperium. Because we have to look at our own world as a starting point for what the rest of the Imperium would look like. The Imperium would look like Earth, right? As far as diversity and, you know, differing opinions and, you know what I mean? And imagine the Earth with one empire in control. It doesn't look very good, does it? And that's the point of Warhammer 40,000. People, please, just get the fucking point already. Paul Knox, battle nuns hitting your knuckles reminded me of Blues Brothers. Yeah, it also reminded me of school. No. Sophie, I don't smoke myself, but do GW do Warhammer themed lighters? No, I don't think so. I'm sure, again, because, okay, well, first of all, Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer, you know, the hobby itself really is not for 12 and under, right? So making lighters that are themed off of stuff from Age of Sigmar, 40K, whatever, some groups would say that is their condoning of tobacco use and what, you know, marijuana use and stuff like that. So now it would be a big rigmarole, I'm sure. Somebody's panties would be in a twist over it. Nathaniel, none shall suffer the heretic, none shall suffer the Xenos, none shall suffer the mutant. Exactly, none, right? None. He's saying N-U-N. I'm sure you guys seen the comment. It was like half hour ago. Jabba's Left Nut, episode 371. I want to see a sister battle blowing off a painted Chaos Marine. I meant blowing away, not blowing. God, get your head out of the gutter. Jeez. Joe K, if you could design a miniature range, what theme would you pick? Historical, fantasy, or sci-fi? Probably sci-fi. Historical? Because see, the thing is, and fantasy's all right too. But fantasy, you don't get into spaceships and pew-pew, right? Laser beams. Fucking laser beams, man. Laser beams. Sci-fi. I would go sci-fi. If I could design, I would go sci-fi. Historical, because it's already established. It's already established, so there's very little room for imagination, right? Fantasy, plenty of imagination, but there's limitations. Sci-fi, oh, you can go anywhere with sci-fi. You can have historical and fantasy in sci-fi, right? You can have dragons in sci-fi. You can have barbarians in sci-fi. You can have anything in sci-fi, up to and including spaceships, time displacement, laser beams. You can have it all. Dragons with time displacement and laser beams. A flying dragon who goes backwards and through time and shoots laser beams instead of fire out of his breath. Like, you know what I mean? And that's sci-fi. Why not? Sci-fi is more fun. Sophie, paint some sisters, Kris. We have spoken. Okay, well, everybody thumb up Sophie's comment there. If it gets 100 thumbs up, then I'll do a sister battle. I'll paint a sister battle. I won't do a sister battle. Sid Tyler, lore-wise, Space Marines used to largely be considered a myth. It was so rare to see them, but they're everywhere. Yeah, exactly. That's my point with Space Marines, right? Is that, yeah, there's only 1,000 chapters, and there are only supposed to be 1,000 Marines per chapter. Well, that's a definable number, and for them to be fighting on every front in the Imperium, You couldn't even send one Marine per sector, right? Or subsector, I should say, to defend. But in the lore, Space Marines are indestructible, practically, right? So you probably could get away with sending one Space Marine to a region. I loved it in the Kill Team book. Kill Team? Or was it the 13th Legion? No, I think it was Kill Team. Kill Team is the second one, I think, right? The one where Schaefer goes to the Tau world. They're investigating the Tau. And, And spoiler, if you haven't read the book, but the Inquisitor, yeah. And the way they describe the Space Marine, yeah, he's a Death Watch Marine, and he's like taking on crisis suits. He's just hip firing his bolt gun, and they can't do shit against this guy. He's just, you know. But that's what you imagine from a Space Marine, because a Space Marine is the Superman fantasy, right? He's the Superman fantasy. He's every young boy's fantasy to be this big superhero kind of guy. And space stories about Space Marines, typically that's how it's described, right? And he's indestructible. Bullets and lasers are bouncing off his armor, and he's blasting away, and people are just turned into mist, and you know what I mean? Like, it's good fun, sure, you know, but the tabletop doesn't represent that. Ebb and Flow. Kris, I would love to see GW steal the any given Sunday lingo from sports ball and apply it into incursions in flashy trailer using all the gimmicks. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love football. Not as much as my wife and son, but they're proper fanatics. Proper. I look like a bystander in comparison to them. But anyway. But yeah. Simply mini painting Muff Riders. That is a different game, Kris. Yeah, I know. Be serious. There's Death Corp of Krieg Muff Riders in Forge World. The Muff Riders. I know. I knew that was a thing as soon as I said it. Oh, fuck. Muff Rider. I said Muff Rider. Fuck. I fucked it up. Kim, LOL, Muff Riders. That is the best 40k unit name. Yeah. The Attilan Muff Riders. The Cadian Muff Riders. The Valhallan Muff Riders. Yeah, it fucking just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? Rolls off the tongue. Anyway, James Shapiro. Maybe the Rough Riders were renamed to Rebels because they're already another Rough Rider unit. CFL joke. Yeah. I like CFL too. I like NFL and CFL. I like CFL because you can still fucking hit in CFL. And it's 3 downs instead of 4. This wimpy 4 downs. Pfft, that's for chumps. It's for Americans. Everybody's Canadians like, yeah, fucking CFL and fuck NFL. Although, I would like to see CFL become like a division within NFL. But I would like to see more of a combination of rules between CFL and NFL. Sorry to go off topic there, but off topic. This show has no topics. Ebb and Flow. Stop, drop, shoot them down, open up a shop. That is how the Muff Riders roll. Joe K. GW don't want you to spend your money on cigarettes. Ah, yeah. That's very true, right? Because cigarettes are expensive. Booze is expensive. Well, not for Americans, but everybody else, yeah, it's expensive. And yeah, Games Workshop probably does not want to encourage you to spend your money on other things other than Games Workshop stuff. So unless Games Workshop got in a tobacco game, which does not seem very likely. Ghost of Starman. I've got an official Bugman Bar hip flask you can get from Bugman Bar at Warhammer World, so they have alcohol related stuff. Not sure about tobacco though. Yeah, that's true. There is alcohol related, and Bugman's is alcohol related, right? That's a grown up thing. So really, realistically, yeah, there's really nothing, I guess, wrong with GW putting out a lighter with, themed after Age of Sigmar 40k stuff, right? Now that we put that idea out there, let's see what it turns up. Sophie, Let's see what happens. Because it was what Sophie that mentioned about the lighters, right? Yeah, the Warhammer themed lighters. Yeah, why not? Like a Zippo. The infamous Zippo. Yeah. Ghost, gotta go grab dinner later. Later, Dieter. Sophie. There you go, Kris. Does that not count? No, it doesn't count, Sophie. You're just gonna sit there and spam emojis, thumb emojis. Anyway, Dark Commission email sent. Oh yeah, emails. What time we at? Holy cramoles, it's 1:36. All right. Nathaniel, lore-wise, a Space Marine equals 100 Imperial Guard companies. Compared to the vast numbers of heretics, Xenos, and mutant they are pitted against, their survival chance is 0.0000000000001% per sector. So you're telling me there's a chance? James Serapo? Anyway, the CFL uprights are so dangerous, though, right on the goal line. Yeah. Again, I'd like to see CFL become more like a division of NFL. Because, like, NHL has both American and Canadian teams. It's all one league. So why couldn't we have... And, like, there's players who are in CFL that go to the NFL, and there's players from the NFL who go to CFL, right? So why not just merge the two and just make CFL a division? So basically you have... Now, mind you, it becomes very complicated because Super Bowl time... you have basically 3 divisions. So I guess maybe you need a 4th division in football to make it, and truly become a Super Bowl, right? Because then you have all these different groups all competing for one trophy, right? That would truly be interesting. Of course, then you'd have to kind of unify the rule sets for everybody. But I think more CFL rules should enter NFL, and NFL needs to do something about its reffing. I think the biggest problem right now with NFL is refs. The refs. That's a problem. I think more of the calls should be made from upstairs as opposed to on the field. And yeah. I also think more automation in the ref calls. Anyway. Joe K. Never understood why you call it football in America when it's technically something like evolved rugby. Yeah, but evolved rugby doesn't roll off the tongue. And yeah, it's not just America, it's Canada too. Canada plays the same damn game. It's CFL. NFL, CFL. But and Canadians call it football as well. And Canada has soccer leagues as well. We have soccer. Yeah. CFL though, like I like CFL. Again, like I said, because they can still hit in the freaking game. A lot more movement. It's a faster game. It doesn't take quite as long as NFL. Yeah. Of course, though, CFL would probably have to redesign a lot of their team outfits because a lot of them kind of borrow from NFL. Like, for example, Edmonton. They look like Green Bay Packers. Hamilton, they look like the Steelers, right? So some of the teams would have to change up their uniforms, I think. But yeah, evolved rugby just doesn't have the same vibe. Nathaniel, very slim chance, very very slim, or as Han Solo once said, "Never tell me the odds." Kind of chance. Yeah, no, Han Solo had it right. Never tell me the odds. Don't bother telling me the odds. Doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. Just gonna do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, see you in the next life. Sophie, in UK, soccer is football. What North America call football is wimpy rugby here. Like I said, CFL CFL games, you can still hit each other really fucking hard. Like when the guys collide, it sounds like almost like a gunshot. That's how loud those guys are hitting each other because the guys, it's like hockey almost. They're moving so fast. Hockey too. Like that's why the hockey players, they wear so much goddamn padding because you're moving so fast on that ice and you go slamming up into another guy. Man, yeah. I'm surprised like more and more people aren't fucking dead from that shit. Even wearing metal blades on your feet and wielding a stick Like, hockey's for crazy people. Aaron Seach, 4th Division. I got that covered. Monkey Lord, put a division in Europe. Bring back NFL Europe. There we go. Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's Aaron. You and welcome. Yeah, you hit it. A European league. So 4 divisions. So you have the AFC, NFC, you have CFL, and then you have EFL. Right? Would it be EFL? Would be the league. But yeah, that's because they play NFL games over in the UK, right? They import America into England to play football. So why not just have a league in Europe? Have teams, one in the UK or a couple in the UK, and and I mean, you have one in France, you have one in Germany, and you know what I mean? Like, you make as many teams as you want, essentially. Make a league there. You have the CFL, which already has 8 teams. You make a European league that has at least 8 teams. Divisional games. Come to America. Play out divisional games. Play a Super Bowl. It's a worldwide, massive event. It'd be awesome. It gets everybody involved. Well, except Asia and Africa and Australia. Okay, so it's not a worldwide event. But anyway. Jobs left nut. NFL is rugby for pussies. They need padding to protect themselves. They're not real men. Sure. What is a real man, though? I always ask that follow-up question whenever anybody says something like that. A real man. What is a real man? What is a real man? I know you're making a joke, Jabba, but for everybody else out there that doesn't quite get that. But yeah. Anyway. Kim, it seems like it's going to be another best 180 minutes of the hobby today. I love it. Why? Holy shit, yeah, it's 43. I better get to we haven't even done Instagram yet. Anyway. Where am I? Dark Commission. The only protection rugby players use is taping their gonads up into their body cavity. Real men. LOL. Fuck off. They don't do that, do they? Rugby? They tape their balls? I mean, somebody confirm that. Fact check that one for me, please. Marcel Varel. Kris, spelled my name wrong. I have a question. Was that the question? Joe K, the Russian would beat us all to a pulp. The Russian team, yeah. A Russian league would be interesting too. Again, I mean, get the Russians involved. Get everybody. Make an African league. Make a fucking Europe Asian league. Make an Australian league. You know what I mean? Like, sure, why not? Just have football everywhere. Why not? Football is a fun game. The reason why, okay, now some of you going like, yeah, what about, who gives a fuck about football? Okay, here we go. In rugby and in hockey, you have one type of body type. It only suits one type of genetically predisposed person, right? Somebody who's big and strong, right? Rugby, hockey, big goons. Basketball, it favors one body type, right? Really fucking tall and thin, right? Any sport, you can see, it's kind of like the Olympics, right? A body type does really well in those games. Football, on the other hand, now American NFL style football favors many different body types. Okay? It favors very short guys. It favors very tall guys. It favors very strong guys, very fast guys, heavy guys, thin guys. Any guy can find a position in football. Football is everybody. Hockey only favors one kind of guy. Rugby only favors one kind of guy. Soccer only favors one kind of guy. Basketball only favors one kind of guy. Baseball's kind of for all the old guys. But again, it favors one kind of guy. But football, North American style football, favors many body types. Right? There's a position for any guy. So anybody out there who's small can still play football. Any guy who's really, really big can play football. Any guy who's really heavy can play football. Any guy who's really light and tall can play football, right? Any type of guy can play football. That's the beauty of football. And that's why I like football, because it doesn't favor a particular kind of build. Anybody can. And you have to work collectively as a team. You have to work collectively as a team. Everybody has a particular job, and they do it well. Hockey. When you're on defense, how the fuck do you know you're on defense other than you're skating backwards? Right? So, meh. Marcel, I was looking for your old guide for the Alt Pokwalker Tentacles. On MWG Gaming website, I can't open the video link. Is the video removed? That sounds like a MWG problem to me. I have nothing to do with them. James Sarapo. North American football hits are different from rugby hits, though. More direct. Yes. Oh, yeah. And Canadian football is different than American football. Canadian football, they fucking impact each other. It sounds like gunshots when their pads collide. Boys are running full tilt at each other, and they just get up. All right, let's go. Or they get carried out. One of the two. Whereas in the NFL, man, you even lay a finger on the quarterback. Oh, man, that's a fucking 15-yard penalty, for fuck's sakes. Jobs left nut. A real man is someone that doesn't collect Eldar. Hold on. There we go. Wait, made me hit my mic. Got me so mad. Got me so mad I almost like it. The wannabe painter. The only protection a rugby player needs is his crippled ears. Yeah, his cauliflower ears. Yeah. Eric found NFL would screw up the CFL. Yeah, possibly. What I mean, it'd be kind of nice though to see some of the elements that CFL does return to NFL. See, again, like I said, NFL, it really feels more like the biggest issue with it is its reffing. The refs are the problem, and have been for quite a few years. And the thing is that with football, we are at the beginning of a new era of football. For everybody who follows football, we're entering a new era of football. It's a different game. It's a different game. And in fact, the way NFL kind of the rules work, it does almost feel like they're going towards more like a CFL type of thing. CFL, tons of passes. Even though everybody can still smack the shit out of each other. But yeah. Joe K, I prefer water chess. What's water chess? I'm not Googling that, because if I Google it and then it gets me some weird fetish site, I'm sure. I'm not doing it. You're not going to fool me, Joe. You're not doing it to me. Jobs left nut. Kris talking about all the football body types sounds like his fantasy hot tub party. Yeah. Fucking right. Any guy's welcome. Any body type. There's no body type favored. You don't have to look like Brad Pitt sit in the hot tub with me. You could look like who's that big sumo wrestler back in the day? He was Hawaiian. Fucking dude was huge. You can join me in the hot tub too. Of course, if him jumping into a hot tub, probably more like putting an apple in a shot glass kind of thing, but you know. Anyway, Nathaniel. Okay, let's do an email or Instagram. Yeah, let's do Instagram. Let's jump over to Instagram. Let me get this ready here. Here we go. Instagram time. Which one do I usually click? This one? Nope. This one. There we go. Instagram. Oh, look at this. A Space Marine. Warpaint Mini. Check out the awesome result Anthony got from our painting class. Amazing work, buddy. Just shows that a couple of pointers here and there from a person in-person class, you can get wicked results at Nerdbase UK. Okay. So Warpaint, you're teaching a painting class? Cool. when you make a post like this, put the links to your ad for the class or to your site. Do that. Just so that, you know, I mean, like if I want to see your class or anybody who's, you know, who's following the class from, say, you know, seeing it because I'm showing it here, you know, I think would be really good. It's a way to capitalize on that kind of situation. But anyway, yeah, looks solid. Really good decal application, actually. Yeah, that's solid. Straightforward painting, yeah. Ooh, I like the weathering there. That's really good. I like that. Did you do it on the other ones? Kinda? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, there's some weathering there. The skull needs a weathering. The skull's a little too stark. Not that I'm criticizing. I just realized. Kris, you're being an asshole again. Bert, you're yelling. Yeah. That's really good. Solid. It's clean. I like it. It's straightforward. And yeah, so you're teaching class war paint? Cool. Awesome. Next one is Striker Main. Going to try painting underpainting technique on new Underworld's warband, then using contrast and glazes to build up the colors. I normally use a flat white to work up from, so this will be interesting. One word of caution. When doing the underpainting technique and your goal is to simply just use contrast paints, don't go black all the way to a white. Start with a mid-tone gray as your darkest value. Go to a white. Simply because the black, it'll just end up dominating whatever you're using your contrast paints on. I find it just gets way too dark. Whereas if I go with a mid-tone gray, at least it still pushes a color into the shadows, and then the contrast is what provides the really, really dark values on surfaces. I'm not saying start over. I'm just saying in the future, if you do this again, I would only go with a mid-tone gray or whatever other color you want. Brown, red, green, blue, whatever, to a white, and then use your contrasts. That's what I would recommend. I have not assembled this guy yet. I've assembled the monkey. I was going to do... Oh, and I assembled the murder parrot or whatever he is. But yeah, I like the little goblin. I love this little goblin. He's sitting on my desk right now, actually. I love this little guy. He's just hilarious. It's just too damn funny. And the murder monkey. The monkey knife fight. Really cool. Kim! There he is. Yeah, I've seen these on Discord. Kim's been keeping us up to date in his work in progress. I like the base. I like how you did that. That's nice. The skin. I like the skin. I like the transitions through the collar. Nice and clean. Oh, you even did the gemstones too. Nice. Nice. And what is she holding? Like a bat thing? I guess. It's like a baby. A baby? Is it a metallic on that purple? Oh, shit. Wrong button. Can I... Isn't there a back arrow? Oh, no. Yeah. Is that a metallic? And then you put a color on top of the metallic? Because it almost looks like it has a luster to it. I like it. I dig it. If it is. If it's not, and it's just really good highlighting, well, good highlighting then. Yeah, very cool. Thank you, Kim, for posting that. Oh, another one. Give that a like. Yeah, he painted the gems. The gem on his sword, though, is in the wrong direction. Just saying. Good job, Kim. It's in the wrong direction, though. The lighting, the highlighting. Anyway. Nice work on the hair. I like the armor. It's nice and clean. It's a cool looking model. Nothing I would run out and buy, though. Very cool, though. Yeah, really solid painting, man. Oh, more. Not complaining. One more vampire from the Crimson Court. Yeah, I like this guy. I like his wings. I like the colors on his wings. Now, I really like this one. I liked how you went about your color scheme, your color usage on this figure. I really like. You basically just went with a neutral kind of brown, little silver to add some brightness, go along with that hair, and you have that blue value going into magenta in the membrane of the wings. Your work on that skin on his arm was really good. I liked how you highlighted the individual muscles. I like that. I really like this. This is a good paint job, man. Yeah, I really like this one. Yeah, look at that. Looks badass. He looked like he'd gonna club you with his club. I like, too, your choice of color for the base as well. How it really kind of frames the model and separates from the model. It's this really icy blue. And then you got the brown and the midtones there. And then, of course, you have this really purpley blue for the flesh. I like that. Yeah, that's really good, man. Yeah, I like the color usage on the base and the color scheme of this guy. I really like this guy. I'm not saying that the other ones were... What the fuck? Oh, this is me. Is that a Zorn palette? Hold on. Let's reply to this guy. Bamboo painting. Is that a Zorn palette? Can I reply from here? Fuck you. Fuck. Can't reply. Fucking bullshit. No, it's not a Zorn palette. Okay. Some graphite brush. Oh, I like the way that looks, though. It's kind of gothic calligraphy. I like that. Disco Mini Painter. Finished up Imperial Nobility Blitz Bowl team, painted to tabletop standard. I like the colors. I like the color scheme. Yeah. Really, really nice painting. I like the feathers. Where you got all that color on the feathers. Really good stuff, man. I like it. Sorry, I really didn't have much to say there. Yeah. Want to be painter? Got that tank. With the rust and dirt done, I call it a day, and this Sherman as finished. It is for a game, so I stopped right here. I had so many more ideas, but didn't want to put hundreds of hours into it. All in all, I'm super fine with it. Last step is the matte varnish on the sides and the turret where it'll be touched during the game. Now onto another vehicle. Cool. Yeah, I like the texture on the tank, man. That's really solid. The weathering's really good. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Love that mud. Mud. Yeah, that's really good, man. Damn. Solid details on it too, eh? Like the little MP44 on the dangling from the turret. Is it an MP44 or is that the grease gun? I think it's MP44. I assume it's like representing like it's a trophy. Ooh, somebody brought lunch. Mom packed your lunch. Really good work, man. Love the mud, love the weathering. On such a small model, too. It's really good work. Me likey. Oh, we already gave us like, oh, because this is Scott's. We already looked at Scott's work. Awesome. Okay, so we're done. We're done with the Instagram. Oops. Why does that shit keep moving on me? We're done with the Instagrams. Cool. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. So if you want me to have a peek at your miniatures, or you want to, just share what you're working on, use the hashtag #WayOfTheBrush. Because I do a little segment here where I just take a quick peek at your models and go through and, I don't really critique them. I save that for the emails. Mainly because, you're posting on Instagram, you're just kind of throwing it out there. Some people don't do it and aren't looking for feedback or anything like that. So, that's why I try not to be too critical when I'm looking at them. I'd rather save that for an email because that's you saying, Kris, I want your comments and criticisms. And so then I'll offer them. But on Instagram, because you're just throwing it out there, I don't like to be too critical. So, and I think everybody should exercise that. When somebody shares something on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, just say, nice paint job. That's it. That's all you got to say. You don't have to be too critical because the person might not be looking for criticism, might not be able to handle criticism, right? So just give it a thumb up or a heart or whatever. That's it. Give it a like. Yeah, I like it. Is it how I'd want to paint it? No. Would I do it that way? No. Do I like how they handle a particular color? No. Do I like the color scheme? No. Doesn't matter. Just give it a thumb up. Just, give that person a little bit of encouragement. Like, it costs you nothing to be nice to somebody. Like, it costs you nothing. Which is really hilarious to me. Sorry. Comments. Anything comments here? Crap, where am I? Kim, all those vampires was painted in 2 sessions each. Cool. Wow. Got them done pretty darn fast. Eric Fountain. Baseball is a cure for insomnia. Yeah, pretty much. Matthew, I like the tank. Freaking awesome job there. Yeah, no, it was excellent. Yeah, Nathaniel, the decals on the Sherman could go with a little weathering. A little bit. Not necessary, though. That tank is really small. That tank's only about like yay big. At least. Or maybe a bit bigger. Maybe a bit bigger than that. It's not a very big kit. Because it's like for bolt action, I think. Sophie, nice rank. I like it. Yeah. Rank or tank. Rank tank? Tank rank? James, I appreciate a model with good weathering. Not good at it at all. Well, practice makes perfect, bud. It's okay. Dark Commission, tank looking okay. Nathaniel, MP44 War Trophy plus MRE packed by mom. Packed by mom. You know what? Like, as a joke, the military should start just packaging it as, what I mean? Like, your MRE from mom. Yeah, I mean, just like, it's from mom. And just eat your reheated vomit. Sophie, wow. Kris, haven't you built a 172 scale Tamaya tank? And is it painted yet? Sophie? No, not yet. I was going to give you a really smart-ass response, but no. No, I have not gotten into it. Same with my Gundam. I haven't touched my X70, RX-78 in a while. I know, I need to get to these things. I've been so busy with other freaking shit that, yeah, I know, these other little passion projects. Because, see, the thing is when I get to sit down, sometimes I have, whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get some of this assembly done. And it's like, oh, maybe I could be filming this. I mean, and that's the dangers of being a content creator and turning your hobby into your job, right? So, again, for all you would-be content creators out there, just bear that in mind. I'm not saying it like, try not to take it entirely as a negative. It's just more of a caution. It's a caution. Go ahead and do it, but just be mindful. Just be mindful. Eric Fountain, saying that the refs are the problem in the NFL, you're starting to sound like a Detroit Lions fan. Well, I'm not saying Detroit Lions' problem is Detroit Lions. Look at Stafford. Stafford was there for what, 10 years? 11 years? Goes over to the Rams, going to the Super Bowl. Was Stafford the problem? They got Goff. Right? Goff? Yeah, Goff. Didn't do shit. So, it's not... The Detroit Lions fans, not the refs. Or problem is not the refs. And I'm not saying the problem with the NFL is the refs. I'm just saying that one of its problems is the refs. Again, there's many things that could be streamlined, in NFL. The Wannabe Painter, thanks for the love. Someday I'm going for some 135 model, and then it's finished. I'm retired, I guess. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, the Wannabe Painter? Yeah. Yeah, man. Whenever you're doing this stuff, just share it. Kim, Vampire's armor was metallics with inks over it, and the Bat Cat was painted as a naked cat. Oh, is that why it looks so freaky? Okay. I was gonna say it's the coloring kind of had like a pinky flesh look to it. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those fucking naked cats. Those things are freaking me out. Buddy had one. And yeah, petting it was like petting. It was like shaved genitals. Is what I'm saying. It was like. I'm sorry for all you cat lovers out there and all you owners of those hairless cats. Yeah, it's like shaved genitals. That's all I'm going to say. Nathaniel, if MRE were really labeled like that, so many recruits would go AWOL due to homesickness. Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that, I guess. No, but when you're really into the MREs though, you're out in the field, right? You're deployed somewhere. You're not likely to go AWOL. How many people went AWOL in Afghanistan? I'm sure there was a few, but how many, right? Sophie, I'd never be a content creator. Don't want the pressure of getting vids out. But it's a good pressure. Oh man, this whole week, like I've been trying to get these videos ready and everything like that. And then I'm like, I've only gotten a few done. But then I looked at like what I have done in the last 2 weeks, and I've gotten a lot of videos done. Mind you, they're just quick little 2-minute videos, but it takes a little bit to get them done. It's not just like if I film a video off my phone and just post it like on TikTok or whatever. Yeah, that can get done like that instant, but no, because I will often film it either on my phone, import it, the footage, put it through my editor, throw graphics, what have you, color correct if need be, anything like that, and then it goes out, right? And yeah. Anyway, yeah. But I mean, it's a good pressure, and pressure is not bad. Pressure isn't bad. Pressure can be bad. But pressure in and of itself is not bad. Especially if you see it as an opportunity to motivate you to do more, to do better, to do anything. Pressure is good. Pressure is good. If it makes you better, stronger, faster. The bionic woman is basically what I'm saying. Pressure will make you the bionic woman, for God's sake, Sophie. Then when you run, you're just Anyway, Joe, I own a really fluffy one. Huh? Oh, cat. Holy shit. I was like, what? Oh, shit. 70011011111. Meals rejected by the enemy. Yeah, exactly right. MREs, yeah. I've never served. I've never eaten MRE, but I have lots of family in the military, and yeah, yeah. There's lots of warriors in my family. Kim, yet I have a friend that has 2 naked cats. Weird animals. Yeah. It just, feels like genitals. Shaved genitals. That's what they feel like. Which is why I'll sit there all day and just pet them as hard as I can. Oh, shit. Anyway, James Serapo. At least I now know how to emulate the feel of petting a naked cat without owning one. Yeah, go nuts, bud. Go nuts. Oh man, there's so many things I could say, but I don't want to because it'll make me sound like a fucking pervert. Anyway, Joe K, YouTubing is cool as long as you don't mistake it for a source of easy revenue. Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Even within our circle, like our circles being, wargaming related, that you have to be at least in that 200K range of viewership to even just make it a livable or a good wage, right? Because it's not a good source of revenue. Twitch, on the other hand, it can be, but getting discovered on Twitch is ass. It's ass. It's anus. So, yeah. Kim, cat, not testicle. The fluffy one. Holy shit. Man, we could go all day talking about hairless cats, couldn't we? I'm so sorry for everybody out there who likes and owns cats. Those things are just too damn freaky. Too damn freaky. And why do they always look so fucking bug-eyed? Why do they always look so fucking bug-eyed? God. Just weird. Oh, shit. Nathaniel, to be honest, when in the situation, even MRIs look tasty, and I served, and so did a tour in Afghanistan. Oh, yeah? Oh, geez. Well, yeah, I mean, if you were in the field in Afghanistan and you were eating MREs, yeah, I'm sure they were tasty compared to the fucking dirt. Gil B, I'm late as fuck. Yeah. Oh, shit, we're already 13 minutes over. We haven't gotten the emails yet. Joe K, you won't believe it, but 2 fucking cats are fighting outside right now. Get a vid. Send it to me. Or tag me in it if you do that. If you do socials. If you don't, well, you're probably the smart one. If you don't have any social media other than YouTube, you're probably smarter than me. I'm willing to bet. There's a chance. There's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance that you're smarter than me. And yeah. Kim, I own a cat. Fucking stupid thing. Aaron Seach, rubbing up on all that shaved. Hey, Monkey Lord. No comment. No comment. This conference is over. Evan Flow, now know why Dr. Evil was always petting Mr. Bigglesworth? Yeah. Because doesn't he make a reference to shaved scrotums in the movie? Doesn't he make a shaved scrotum reference as well? It's quite breathtaking, really. Something like that. Didn't want to be painter. Have to go. See you guys. Later, dude. Dark Commission, you'd look bug-eyed, Kris, if someone sent you outside without your fur coat in Canada. True. Very true. Very true. Yeah, that cat was freaky, man. My buddy, he had one of those. I can't remember if it was his cat or his wife's cat. Tyler, was that your cat? Like, did you guys go in together on that cat, or was it her cat? Anyway, yeah, that cat was freaky. Nathaniel, do an email. Yeah. Let's do it. Already got it up, ready to go. I got it up, ready to go. The fucking innuendo was like 10 today. If you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down because here it comes. Don't do that to me. It's email time. Oh, it's done. Fuck, I was waiting for it to end. This one is from Nathaniel. Greetings, Kris and fellow monk guys. Just a quick one. Again, third Primaris painted in the same manner as before, this time red. Tried some wet blending on some of the armor. I think his right tacit, thanks to Le Lion Noir, we know the word now, is showing it. But maybe the edge highlight is overpowering it. I also tried more to be more mindful of the light. CNC is welcome as always. Until next time, salutations, Nathaniel, aka Marcus. And so let's have a look here. So he was doing some wet blending, and yeah, that's really good. It's really good. Did you struggle to get up to that level of brightness? Or did you push the shadows down? Yeah, it's really good highlighting on that, what is it, tacit or whatever? It's good highlighting everywhere. It's really prominent, yeah, if it's too much on that, the hip armor. Also, it looks like it might be on the shoulder pad as well. Might be just a little too intense. You could have got away with just a slight edge highlight. Again, when we were talking techniques before, you know, when you're painting, it doesn't have to be I'm just dry brushing it, I'm just layering it, I'm just glazing it, I'm just wet blending it, right? It's a combination of all these different techniques to achieve your desired result. So when you're wet blending, it doesn't mean that you can't go in there and edge highlight. It doesn't mean that you can't glaze in some of the transition. It doesn't mean that you can't dry brush anything, right? You employ all the techniques to achieve your desired result. Like, why handicap yourself, right? So, yeah, the yellow is a bit intense. You can fix that by simply breaking your red value into a glaze and very gently glaze in on top, right from the edge of the armor towards, push that color towards where it gets darker red. And only do that maybe once or twice. If you have any of the clear colors, you might want to thin those down and try it as well. Instead of breaking your base color red into a glaze, there's many ways to resaturate that and push that orange yellow value downwards. But if you are really, really enjoying it, well, then leave it. If you think it looks really, really great to the eye, yeah, then keep it. But it's really solid. I like the transitions. It looks really good. Oh, and I see, yeah, you're going for more directional lighting. Got you. Yeah. Really good work on the eye. I like that. It looks like a little glowy eyeball. Is the work not done here, or are we keeping that dark because we're looking at it as light sourcing? Oh, group shot looks good. I like this group shot. I think your wet blending is really good. What do you think now? Looking at this and thinking about your process, what do you think Kris is going to say is going to be the biggest game changer as far as what I'd recommend? What do you think Kris is going to say? I'll give you a chance. I'm going to get my next email ready here. What do you think Kris is going to say? Yeah, I'll read some comments here. Where the hell am I? Job was left out. Episode 371. Hairless cats, Nurgle bums, and blowing heretics all are welcome at Way the Brush. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, man, come on. You don't discriminate. You don't hate. No haters, man. No haters. Oh, you can hate, I guess. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Anyway. Gail B. God, I hope it went through this time because I'm not sending it again. Fucking fuck it. It'll wait till next week. Sure. I mean, no rush, dude. Oh, no. I see it. Tyranids. I got it, Gail. And Dark Commission sent me one as well. Next one's going to be from our good buddy Legion. I just wanted to see if Nathaniel caught up yet. Can you figure out what Kris is going to say to help you in regards to that Blood Angel Space Marine? Yeah? You think? Anyway. Legion, the orange-blue contrast is really nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. James says, I like the directional lighting. Sexy. Yeah, it is sexy. Gail B, Daddy Nurgle, find to make me act up. Evan Flow, inclusivity for the win. Yeah, everybody wins. I mean, hairless cats, Nurgle bum, and blowing heretics. I mean, it's what we're all about, right? Isn't that what Way of the Brush is all about? Nurgle bums and blowing heretics. Oh, and hairless cats. Shaved genitals. Was it Jan Viggo Newberg Johansson? Hoy? Or hi? Hi? If it's hi, hi. If it's hoy, hoy. Hoy hi. Hi hoy. Ooh, I like that. Hoy hi. Anyway. Jane Sarapo, if the show is going this way, you need Manscaped as a sponsor. Oh man, if Manscaped was my sponsor, yeah, I don't know if I could make any commercials for them. I don't know if I could do it. It'd be me, and then like the lower half of the screen would be blurred out, and I'll be like, and then I'd be like, and so when you're using your razors, and then you like if something was in a wood chipper, and you just see like debris just flying, Anyway. Viggo Nurberg Johansson. I'm just going to say Johansson. Viggo Johansson. There we go. Hi, from Norway. Oh, another Norwegian. Nice. Awesome. Man, am I like on all the TVs in Norway or something like that? Is there... It seems like a bunch of you guys come out of the woodwork out of Norway. Or is there just nothing good on TV? It's like, this fucking asshole again. All right, I'll watch him. Anyway, did not know you were an Eldar player. Now I know of one. I don't know if he's trying to be funny. Are you trying to be funny? Johan, are you trying to be funny? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm an Eldar player. I loves me some Eldar. I like all the armies. I like Warhammer 40k. Warhammer 40k is more my jam than Age of Sigmar, Fantasy, and all the other stuff. Although any of the 40k derivative type games I'm in as well. Because I love the universe. It's a fun universe. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. Oh man, I wish my mod thing was working. Fuck. Bots are fucking spamming me again. Fucking bots. Anyway. Nathaniel. Kris says, neatness? No. What I was going to say is... Oh, okay, Nathaniel, it is kept dark on purpose in some areas. Okay, no, what I was going to recommend is try not using a very dark primer, especially if you're going to go with bright colors. You just end up having to really kind of push and create a lot of layers on the surface, and lots of layers of paint can soften details, round corners, little doodads on the wrist, stuff like that, right? You lose those details. You lose some of the crispness of, the really good sculpting that we get from a lot of these models. And so, yeah, if your color scheme is intended to be fairly bright, you can still push it to really, really dark tones in the shadows. You can still create lots of contrast on top of a white primer. Absolutely. But why I recommend not using black is because you end up having, especially if you're going with a brighter color scheme, red, light green, yellows, light brown, right? Although light brown you can still get away with. But anyway, you end up having to build a lot of layers of paint, right? And you ever see like when you get like really bumpy and textured surfaces and stuff like that? That's because you're building up lots and lots of layers of paint. Or you're just laying too much paint down. But typically it is because you're laying a lot of paint down on that surface to try and build up from that black. Because basically you don't want to be bothered to put shadows into those darker spaces. And I don't really recommend that if you want to have a nice, good, bright color scheme. So that's the way I recommend that one. Is if you're going with a bright color scheme, stay light gray or white. If you're going to go bright, right? If you want it bright, you prime it white, right? Just like Kris says all the time. So, yeah, that's what I would recommend. Is, you know, if you're working from a bright prime, you deliberately have to think about those darker values. So you actually have to stay thinking about the bright values, and you have to think about the dark values. But when you prime it black or dark, you don't have to think about that, and you can ignore it. Does that help you to learn and know and understand how light plays on surfaces? And you kind of see where I'm going with this? It's actually better for you to prime it in light colors, regardless of your color scheme, because you still have to put those shadows in place. As opposed to just letting the black canvas, right? Like, not that I have anything against dark primers, especially when you're trying to be effective and efficient and, you know, use of your time. Absolutely. But not when it comes to brighter colors. You often end up having to build too many layers that can soften details. That's the concern. But also, yeah, it can kind of make you lazy as far as where shadows fall. That's the other one. You're better off going through the hardship of learning where shadows fall. That's going to do you more service in your education as a miniature painter than anything else. Gel B, horny bots? I guess, yeah. Horny bots. Yeah, I wish I had my demon monkey bot back. My demon monkey bot is on my other thing. Anyway. Kim, we are both longtime patrons. Oh, you're talking about you and Barfing Sheep. Yeah, you're both in Norway, yeah. Matthew Perez, Kris, when I shave my Nurglebum, I use Manscaped. Yeah, exactly. Evan Belleau, this means Kris is leaving money on the table. Joe K, when I'm painting yellow or red, I save the actual color for the highlight. This way I avoid bleached yellows and pink reds. When I'm painting yellow or red, I save the actual color for the highlight. When you're using like a white primer, well, you can use light gray. I mean, it gives you the midtones either way. It just saves you from just building up lots and lots of layers of paint, right? That's the point. Gal B, you want to know how I fix those lumps? I use Manscaped. Yeah, the lumps on the paint. Yeah, just Manscape it. Nathaniel, yeah, I primed it black. Next mini are primed medium gray. Will work from there. Thinking of doing yellow paint scheme on the Space Marine Lieutenant and or Necron mini I showed last time. Okay. Yeah, I would highly recommend either using a light gray or white for all your painting, especially if you're relatively newer to this stuff. Then, yeah, you want to use that. You're just gonna learn more rather than just priming it black and then building color, and you know what I mean. And yeah, it's a shortcut to creating shadow. It's not a shortcut to painting, but it's a shortcut to creating shadow on a surface. The impression of a shadow, I should say. But yeah. James Sarapo. Yeah, it took me a long time to realize that black primer took away my control of lighting. I save black primer for metallics now. Yeah, black primer for metallics? Yeah, definitely. 100%. Use gloss black primer for metallics, and you'll trip balls every time. Alex Belleau. Oh, geez, there he is. That's my boy. Feeling like you have a swampy butt? You got an Amazon rainforest down there. Use Manscaped. Got swamp ass going on? You got swamp ass going on? Are the reeds getting a little too tall down there? Every time you take off your underwear, do you hear like the howler monkey screech? You know, you hear that sound? You might have swamp ass. Joke, I'm starting with really dark red or yellow ochre, and an actual red or yellow is used only in the highlights. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying that recommending like to not go all the way to a black if you want it to be a bright color. That's the point. This is why I tried to change that mindset that people are using black and then they're painting white and they're like, why can't I paint white? White sucks. No, it doesn't. It's your methodology that sucks. If you want it bright, you prime it white. Pretty easy mantra to remember, right? I've been saying that for many, many years. You want it bright, you prime it white. Dark Commission, you could put a Manscaped logo decal transfer on a Space Marine cod piece. That's good. I like it. If I'm ever approached by Manscaped, yeah. I haven't. I don't know. I've been getting all sorts of emails. I think they're all spam though. I think they're. It's like these fucking bots. No, not that anybody's been contacting me about porn or anything like that. It's just some stuff. I don't know. It's they don't look very reputable. Anyway, Striker Main, did you try out the Flowade trick on the old GW paints? I did actually. Where is it? I had an older bottle of ceramite white, and so I tried it, and it mostly helped. This is an old bottle of ceramite white, and I'll show you my current bottle of ceramite white. Current bottle I'm using. Yeah, here, hold on. Yes, I'm wearing pants. This is my current bottle of ceramite white. Look, it's all up in the lid. Look at that. This is when you see in the tutorials, it's this bottle of ceramite white I'm using. So there you go, kids. Does it work though? Well, see, the thing is I put about 3 or 4 drops in that bottle. Basically, I mushed it around first to open everything up, and everything was still soft and everything like that. Put 3 or 4 drops of Flowade in, and then I put 2 drops of Lamian Medium in, and then a drop of water, and then put it on my paint mixer, and yeah, it seemed to break it up a bit. I think really that's what it is. You need something to break that pigment up, something that's gonna like separate the pigment. So yeah, does Flowade have that quality that's going to do that? Can't say for sure. Anyway, Gelby, use a condom or you'll get Flowades. That's the dose. Sophie, Wraithbone is good for light colors too, and a smooth prime. Yes, Wraithbone spray paint. Yeah, I like it. And Gray Seer, I like them. Like using them in conjunction with the contrast paints. Yeah. I don't know why people shit on this stuff. That makes life easier. Especially when your goal is just to get your shit done for the tabletop. Yeah. Contrast paints, using the sprays. Because of the price? Okay, well then save your pennies or, don't do the hobby. Find another hobby. You know what I mean? Like, we're just whines and bitches. It's like, fuck. Is that your hobby? Whining and complaining? Fuck. Nathaniel asking Alex, am I related to Kris? Yeah, that's my boy. I said when I read I read his comment there. I said that's my boy. Yeah, he's a Tau player. He's a Tau kid. He's collecting Tau. Patrons actually have access to Alex's journey. We haven't done much since last update. So, but yeah, I've been documenting Alex's progression in his collection of Tau. Gail B, if you don't grow a sick stash like your father, he's going to disown you. I don't know about disown. I'd maybe just whack him over the knuckles with a ruler or something, but otherwise, yeah. Disown, that's pretty harsh. I'm going to be honest. Disowning somebody, that's pretty harsh. Mainly because disowning would imply that you owned somebody. Not in the video game sense, like, I own that pwn, I pwned that noob. No, I'm talking about like actual owning person, like their property. And people are not property. So how can you disown someone when you never own them? Right? So, yeah. No, Alex would never be disowned for anything because I do not think that I own him ever. Or my daughter, or anybody, my wife, like anybody. Owning people. How do you own a person? How do you own a person? You don't. It's a weird concept. Ebb and flow. Kris, howler monkeys. There was a study that determined that the loudest ones had the smallest testes, and the loudmouth ones were compensating. Funny how that works. Yeah, funny how that works. that's actually a very good one. Aaron Seach, you better behave. Chris's bodyguard is here. Yeah, exactly. I'll send him. He's big. He's my boy is bigger than me, and he's got big old Sasquatch hands. He'll mush your skull. Struckermain, were you giddy like a schoolboy when the box showed up for the Eldar refresh? I'm waiting for the chosen one. Chosen, but one wound? Sigh. Yeah, I seen that earlier today. There's only one wound, even though I've had the rules. I was kind of surprised. I was like, really? Again, I have not even looked at the chaos stuff. Kris is very singular minded. Yeah, let me see chosen. Let's have a look at the chosen here. Look at that. Yeah, chosen champion. One wound. Boo earns. Boo earns. Boo earns indeed, children. Boo earns. Yeah, their abilities. Death to the false emperor. It's a bit harsh. Couldn't we just depose him? Shit. James Serapo. Disowning is harsh, but whacking is fine. Are you a mobster by chance? You're asking a lot of questions there, James. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, disowning, yeah, it's a weird concept. It's a weird concept. Like, parents do not own their children. They're responsible for their children, but then they don't own them. They're not people aren't property. Sophie, behave. What's that? Yeah, Sophie, I'm sure you don't even know. That was a completely alien concept to you, wasn't it, Sophie? I'm sure. Kids in your internet. All right, Jabba's left nut. Even if Alex set all your Eldar on fire, would I no, I wouldn't disown him. No. You'd get an ass kicking, to be sure. An ass kicking would be involved. But disowning? No. Nathaniel, name a hobby that is not cost intensive. Yeah, exactly. Right? Other than sitting on your ass with your thumb in your bum cheeks. Like, but is that a hobby? Prove me wrong, children. Prove me wrong. Okay. Ebb and flow swimming, although I guess the price of your life is pretty steep. Okay. Let's do another email. Because, holy shit, we're 40 minutes OT. This one is from Legion. Mon, Kris, and monkeys, the Drukhari mercenaries are done. For now. The goal was to create a squad of unique models that feels coherent with the rest of the Drukhari line. It was a good opportunity to add some less seen details for Eldar models like scars, facial hairs, xenocervoskulls, or missing limbs. I'm also looking forward to your upcoming Eldar painting videos. Best regards from Germany, Legion Miniatures. Legion. All right. Oh, wow. I like this guy. This guy's cool. Damn. Is that the dude from Necromunda? For the body? Delac? With like a head from a Dark Eldar? Like the Talos or something? I'm trying to identify all the bits. It's kind of a fun game. You're just trying to identify bits. I really like this piece. This is really good. It's creepy. Oh, he's got the big arm. Spiky thing. Arm. Fucking thing. Oh, he's got even faces on him. Why he's got faces on him? Why has he got faces? That's freaky. I like it. Oh, I really like your work on the one down by his belt. That's gross. It's scary. I like it. Legion. These are really cool. Oh, look at that. It's a group shot. Does this all fit in the camera? On the screen? Mostly. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That guy's really cool. I love the faces. It has that whole kind of homunculus trip to it. Yeah, it's really good, man. They feel very... Like, if just looking at them as a whole, they feel very Dark Eldar. I know that they're Corsairs, but they feel very Dark Eldar. Now, mind you, it's kind of hard to reconcile Dark Eldar plastics with practically non-existent Eldar plastics. So, I get that. But it still looks really great. They definitely look like Corsairs to me. These are Corsairs. No question. Yeah, it's good stuff, Legion. I really like your work on those faces in the back. Like that. That's just freaky. That's just like, he's going around collecting people's faces. For God's sakes, people. For God's sakes, man. He's going around, he's collecting faces, for God's sakes. This guy's trouble. He's trouble. He's trouble. James, that's a creepy conversion. Yeah. I think it looks really, really great. I like the faces, man. That whole motif with the faces. Really, really cool. Next one is from our good buddy John. John. I'll be waiting, John. Hi, Mighty One. Work in progress on my latest project. Just, what is it? Bodica? Chariot and 2 horses to go, LOL. Oh, what size is it? Oh, it looks pretty darn big. Cheers, John, a.k.a. Dark Commission, a.k.a. John. I'll be ready, John. Really nice. I like the skin. Really good, nice work in the hair. I like that hue in the shadows of his hair. Because you see that sometimes in people, actually. Especially people who are, like old people who are like really heavy smokers. Their hair kind of gets that nicotine coloring in their hair. It almost goes like this white yellow. Not that I'm saying that looks like white yellow. I'm just saying that that's kind of what that hair reminds me of. It's like somebody who is a heavy smoker. In a good way. The tartan on the cloth looks really good. I imagine that's probably where most of your time has been going. Yeah, it's really... Is there any more pictures? Oh, that was the only picture? That was the only picture? God damn it, John. Really good stuff. It's work in progress, so I'll leave my commentary for the most part to myself. I think it looks like it's going obviously in a really, really great direction. Yeah. Now, keep going what you're doing. Whatever your plan was and whatever your direction was, keep on that, because it obviously looks really good where you're going. But something I want to put in your ear: does he look too clean? Especially if he's like a warrior on a chariot, or if he looks like he's working on a chariot. I don't know what this model is supposed to be doing. But would his pants be a little bit dirty? Would his boots be a little bit dirty? Would his leather armor be a little nicked up here and there? Right? Just a thought, John. Just a thought. Gail B, we need Tyranid update. I'm about to pirate some 3D files. Jeez, don't pirate. Don't pirate, man. Come on. Guys. Dark Commission, I'm waiting till the other figure is done before I decide if it needs to be done. Huh? There are four pictures. There are 4 pictures? I didn't see 4 pictures. Fucking lie to me. John. Oh, yeah, right. There were 4. Right, there were 4 pictures. My bad, man. My bad. Okay, sorry. Yeah, again, the hair looks really good, great. Your colors on the leathers are just fantastic. I mean, we've been seeing that for a very long time. We work with the leather. Yeah, but yeah, that was the only thing that I was thinking that maybe explore is adding that, because like you appear to be going in a very realistic fashion. Um, the stuff that seems to like really kind of excite you is the realism aspect of these stuff, and so yeah, because otherwise he looks like he's just coming out of like a play, right? He's just, it's a costume, as opposed to looking like somebody who's actually doing something. Like it's not just a uniform. This is his clothes, and you know what I mean. Like, again, going for that realism and telling a bit of a story through, the painting that you're doing, right? So his boots are a little bit dirty. His pants maybe there's blood, or there's dirt and grime, and maybe his leather has got a nick in it from where a sword almost cut off his head, or you know what I mean. Like, there's just these kind of details that it's all goes with the weathering aspect of things, right? Weathering is telling the story. It basically gives it a feeling of being lived in, which is what helped like something like Star Wars, right? Because Star Wars is often described as having that lived in feeling. It's because it's grimy, it's dirty, there's it's not, things don't look too clean. Like Star Trek is very, very clean. It doesn't feel lived in, right? It feels like it's a set piece, as opposed to Star Wars that looks like it's at an actual place. And so maybe you consider that as you move forward with these pieces, because yeah, it seems like you do a lot of these busts and historicals, and I mean, by all means, like whatever excites you about this hobby, I mean, follow it, but yeah, maybe you might consider weathering as your next part of your evolution as a miniature painter. But again, thank you, John, for sending that in. I think it looks fantastic. And yeah. Any quick comments here? James, hearing Sir Patrick Stewart's voice. You're hearing it? You might be fucking going crazy, bud. Lord Krabby! Holy crap, I'm late. Yep, you're late. It's okay, though. Joe K, he is the driver of a chariot standing on a pole. Hold on. He's the driver of a chariot standing on a pole. He's standing on a pole? That's what... He looks like he's kneeling. Lord Krabby, you got your Eldar. I bet you're happy. I bet you're happy. I'm Ron Burgundy. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lord Krabby? Yeah, I got my Eldar. Oh. Eldritch Omens. Even if I had other stuff, which I don't, I couldn't tell you anyway. Nathaniel, Nicotai residue would show more prominently on any given mustache and beard. Yeah, but I mean, like typically, when you see like some older people and they're like, we're talking people who are like chain smokers, and their hair goes that I don't even know what you call it. It's just a gold color, really. But yeah. Joe K, keep in mind that he is supposed to be a charioteer of the Queen, and so he can't look like a bum, right? But I mean, like if he's in the middle of a battle, right? If he's in the middle of a battle, if it's an action scene he's creating here, right? Just saying. I'm not saying change it. I'm just saying maybe in the next project you start thinking about those kinds of things. Gail B, have you watched the Book of Boba Fett? I'm only on episode 5, so no spoils. Book of Boba Fett, yeah. I've been enjoying it. I know it's been getting it was getting a lot of flack. Now it seems like everybody's shut up. So I don't know, but yeah. Dark Commission, I know what you mean about the cleanliness, but don't forget that that the chariot owner driver was pretty wealthy guy. I will be looking at doing more when more is done. Thanks for the CNC though. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks really good. But yeah, it's, again, especially with historical pieces and, drawing your inspiration from like where and when they were, and you know what I mean, like, because I can't imagine any guy riding around a chariot, even if he was showing up for, you know, a parade, he still would have dust and dirt on him from getting out of his house, getting in the chariot, like his chariot was parked in his driveway or something, and then going to wherever he was going, right? Like, you'd be dirty. Real life is dirty. Dark Commission, thanks for the nice monkey comments too. Yeah. Joe, I meant the yolk. Oh. Ghost, back from dinner. Yeah, apparently we're doing a 3-hour show today. Joe, Boba Fett, he is so nice. He's not. You're telling... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. You guys aren't watching this show. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your lives. But you can't tell me he's a nice guy when the instant he gets his ship back, he blows away a biker gang. You're telling me that's a nice guy. You're telling me that's the actions of a nice guy. He blew away an entire gang. He doesn't even know that if that was the right gang that was picking on him or murdered his friends. You don't know that was the right gang. Tatooine's a big place. At least I think it is. I don't know. James, Ming Na Wen is my forever older woman fantasy, so I need to watch Book of Boba. Yeah, that woman, she's ageless. Like, she's like, I think she's pushing 60, or she is 60, but pretty damn impressive. Like, she definitely 100% takes care of herself anyway. Which, you know, golf clap for sure. Ghost of Starman. To be fair, the biker gang did kill his buddies. Did they? Did they kill his buddies? Was that the same biker gang? Don't know that. Nothing. There's nothing to establish that biker gang was the same biker gang, other than being a biker gang. See, there's no due process in Star Wars. There's no due process. Joe K, that's the actions of a church boy. I was expecting rape and pillage. What? That was the actions of a church boy. I was expecting rape and pillage. From Boba Fett? Boba Fett as a rape and pillage kind of guy? I don't think so. If anything, he was honorable. He learned it from his dad that he was honorable. Right? Boba Fett, if you're going to draw anything in any inference of character from the limited screen time that we see of him or in the shows, is that he's honorable. Even as a child, he acts mostly honorably. So, yeah. Now, character like Cad Bane, who has in the past is a mercenary who will shoot anybody he'll shoot whoever pays him the most, right? That's a bit cutthroat. That's a little bit cutthroat. 58. She's 58. Well, she looks pretty damn good for 58. A job is left nut. Did you see they're going to change Fett's ship name? Yeah, they already have. I think there's, what is it, fire spray? Something like that. Yeah. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Nathaniel, dust building up from the wind shear. Yeah. Lord Krabby, on Tatooine, anything goes, as he is old man clone trooper with a retirement plan. Well, Boba, like, he's young. He technically is younger than what any clones would be, right? So any clones that have survived to that day would be old men, but Boba's not that old. Boba was a kid during the Clone Wars, right? So he wouldn't be, he's old, but he's not old like the clone troopers would be. He's not the same. He's not the same. And Omega wouldn't be the same either, because Omega is basically Boba's older sister, or younger. I can't remember. Oh no, I think she'd be the younger sister. Fuck, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, Omega would be his sister. So Boba Fett has a sister, believe it or not. Of sorts. Joe K. He wants to be the boss of the underworld. He should be Don Vito with Scarface combined. He should be? Right now, it seems more like Boba is taking over the city. He's a warrior. Boba Fett, if anything, if you're going to draw anything from Boba Fett, he's a warrior. Most warriors believe in honor and hold it very, very closely. Will die for it, right? Warriors will die for honor. And some people don't understand that kind of concept. That's alien to people, right? In this day and age, especially. Which could be the point of the show. You know? But yeah. Ghost of Starman, fire spray in the name of the model, not the ship itself. No, I know, but they've mentioned it. Fire spray. He's going for his fire spray. Or something like that. I can't remember. Fire spray. I remember hearing fire spray at one point. But yeah. Joe K, and don't get me started about the little punks with the space Vespas. Why? What's wrong with them? I mean, it's just showing the differences of life on Tatooine and and any world. I mean, like, it's a big galaxy. I mean, every world is not the same, right? We were just talking about that in Warp for 40K. I mean, every world is different. And realistically, right now, like the I can't remember what the hell that gang's called. But they have not played much of a part. I mean, they're obviously his eyes and ears. And you need eyes and ears. And, I mean, if he's going to do what he's going to do, yeah, you need eyes and ears. And you need lots of people on your side. Otherwise, he's going to lose. Nathaniel, Boba lived by a Codex. Most bounty hunters laughed at him for that. Right. Because Boba was mostly raised by his father, Jango, who is a Mandalorian and a bounty hunter, because it's just a job, right? You got to pay the bills. The bounty hunter is not a character trait; it's a job, right? I think people seem to forget that one too. That bounty hunter is a job; it's not a character trait. Jango was honorable. Mandalorians, at least according to the lore, are honorable. They live by a code, right? So, but by that code of honor, vengeance is perfectly acceptable. Vengeance is not frowned upon. But Boba blowing away some biker gang out in the desert. Who says that was the same biker gang? I mean, we infer it because we're watching it, but you don't know that. Tatooine's a big place. There's biker gangs all over the place. I mean, the goddamn syndicate is taking over. Those guys are all over the place, right? And apparently, though, that biker gang is working for the syndicate, the Pike Syndicate, right? So those biker gangs could be all over Tatooine. Boba gets his ship back and just blows away a biker gang. Okay, fine. So don't tell me that we know who Boba Fett is. Don't tell me we know who Boba Fett is. It has not been established who Boba Fett is, first and foremost. So whatever you're inferring, you were projecting. And you're wrong. You're going to be wrong. Because you don't know Boba Fett. How could you? He's not been on the screen long enough. Joe K. They're honorable, not doormats. Right. He's honorable. He's not a doormat. Again, he fucking blew away some random gang. I mean, we're to assume it wasn't random, but... And he just straight up murdered them. He fucking straight up murdered them. He didn't start a conversation saying, hey, you the guys that fucking, shot my village. No, he just came in with his fire spray and just fucking hosed them down. Anyway. Ruckus Muckus. A throwaway character from the OG trilogy gets his own story. What the hell's going on with TV? Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, he was a throwaway character. You know, people inferred. Again, I when I was a kid, I never understood like why people made a big deal about Boba Fett. He didn't do fuck all. You know what I mean? Like in the movies, he didn't do fuck all. He wasn't a badass. I didn't think he was a badass. He did nothing he did in the movies. It gave me the idea that he was a badass. He was just a bounty hunter who worked for Jabba the Hutt. You know? Dark Commission, there was also my 30th email. That was your 30th email? Nice. Nathaniel, I wonder if fire spray is a jab at Firefly. The name of the ship being a fire spray, I've heard that for a while. But yeah, as far as being a dig at Firefly, I don't know. Couldn't say. Hard edge painting. He was the best part of the Xmas special, though. Yeah, for sure. Lord Krabby. I kind of don't like Boba Fett now. Kind of a pussy. Again, how can you say that? How can you say that? How can you say he's kind of a pussy? He just straight up murdered people with his ship. The first thing he does when he gets his ship out of the parking lot is go run people over. No due process, no questions, no confrontation. He just drives up behind them and then fucking hoses them down and even uses his missiles on them. That's pussy. That's pussy to you. That's crazy. That is crazy talk. And again, your inference of his character, other than him being an honorable warrior, any other assumptions about him were wrong. Because nothing of the character was established previous to the show. Or very little, I should say. But it was good to see Mando again. Shrug. We shall see the ending. Maybe saving combat budget for the end. We shall see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be resolved at the end of this. I don't think so. Joe K, there was a mystery around him. Sure, that was mystery. Sure, and you can infer whatever you like in a mystery, but it doesn't mean you're right. If you have a theory about what a character is about, because it's not clearly defined within the established material, and it's a mystery, your assumption is just a guess. And you're going to be wrong. Most of the time. Yeah, you might be right. Time to time. But usually, no. You're wrong about especially when you're talking about personality traits. A person's personality traits. You have no idea. You have no idea. Any character in any show, in any universe, in any property. You have no idea. Right? And that's a big difference on what is said and what is done by a character. And the actions of a character speak louder than the words. And again, Mando is a warrior. He observes honor. His actions speak louder than anything he says. And just because he's taking criticism from outside sources and not doing anything about it, that does not mean he's going to do something about it. He's cool, he's calm, he's measured. He will respond appropriately. So, yeah. No, as far as Boba Fett's concerned, I mean, yeah, I think he's great. And also in the show, spoiler, he explains he's not a hunter anymore. His time with the Sand People, and he had to have spent at least years with the Sand People, because it's years since Return of the Jedi to the Mandalorian show. So in that time, he was with the Sand People, and he learned the Sand People's ways. He became part of the Sand People. He had the pass, and it changed how he saw the rest of the world, because he saw it from a new perspective. But he's not the hunter anymore. And a bounty hunter is not a personality trait, it's a job. Being a bounty hunter doesn't mean that you're a badass. Just means you go out and catch people for money. That's all it means. If bounty hunter was a personality trait, then Mando would be just like Boba Fett. And Mando is nothing like Boba Fett. Other than they're both warriors who observe a code of honor. Joe K, he should murder half of the people in the show for disrespecting him all the time. No. Because when somebody says something to you and you do nothing, it doesn't mean you're a bitch, pussy, punk, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. And especially somebody who's very calm, collected, and measured. Oh, you should be fucking very concerned. Especially when you insult somebody and they don't do anything. They just, oh yeah. Okay. We'll see. You should be very worried about that person. Because that means that they have very tight control on their responses, their emotions. Doesn't mean that they're not going to do anything about it. Just means that deal with it later. It's not a concern. People throwing shade at him, water off a duck's back. Doesn't mean shit. Talk's cheap. Actions speak louder than words. And what does Boba do? The instant he gets his car out of the parking lot, he fucking blows away a biker gang. Like, I don't understand how people fucking talk like this. Like, you know, Boba Fett's such a whiny, woke cuck fucking, you know what I mean? Like, shut up. It's so stupid. It's such a stupid claim. It's such a stupid claim. You knew nothing of a guy, and you attributed character traits to them that were not defined. Anyway. Oh, you know what? We got one more email to do. Let's do the last email here. Hard Edge Painting. Couldn't understand the Sand People, so still don't understand them. Do you think all of them are dead now? I mean, those bikers basically finished what Anakin started. No, because here's the fun part. Sand People are the original inhabitants of Tatooine. And Tatooine apparently was a water world that just dried up, apparently. And so the Sand People chose to live. There are people all over. The Sand People are all over Tatooine. So the group that Boba was with was just one particular group. And they tell us that visually because the Sand People in the village that he was with, they all wore black. Sand People typically wear browns, at least from what we've seen from the Sand People, right? It wasn't like a fashion sense. It was a distinction for the tribe. And he said that those Sand People were warriors, which is probably why he had such an easy time climatizing to them and becoming part of them, because he was acting honorably, that they said, you know what, fuck it, you are a sand person, you're one of us now. And that was what the whole ceremony was at the end, and they were all dancing around the fire because they're all warriors, because warriors know warriors understand the warrior heart. And what binds warriors? Honor. Again, I don't know how to spell this out for you guys. Some of you guys who are thinking that Boba Fett's a fucking pussy and what have you, but no, you got him mixed up. You got him wrong. You got your roles mixed up. Lord Krabby, I do have a question, not Star Wars related. What is your favorite Eldar unit? Favorite Eldar unit? That's like asking which one of my fingers is my favorite finger. There is no favorite unit. Right? They all have their purpose. They all serve their role in the greater whole. That's how Eldar function. Ruckus Muckus. Sand People are the Fremen. Yeah. Again, Star Wars heavily borrows from Dune. Yes. Very heavy. And yeah, Sand People are basically the Fremen. I can see that. Hard Edge Painting. I thought just the leader was black. Or wearing black. Yeah. No, the whole tribe was wearing black. They call them tribes, but whatever. Groups. Whatever they are. Joe K. Can we agree that at least Boba should be competent? He is competent. What level of incompetence has he displayed? All the time, other than getting juked by Han Solo in the fight with Jabba. Right? He should be competent. All the time he is saved by somebody. The guy can't do anything. The quite power style is completely undermined. Yeah, but even before the Book of Boba, he got dissed by Han Solo, who was inadvertently just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that did him in. You're telling me he was an ultimate badass because Han Solo bumped his jetpack and he went flying into Jabba's barge? He couldn't control his jetpack and then fell into the Sarlacc pit? You're telling me that was the ultimate warrior badass? Like, again, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand the thinking. Hard edge painting. Opposable thumb. No question about it. Yeah, but if you lost it, you would adapt. Because people do. People lose thumbs. They adapt. Lord Krabby. Sorry, I meant from reading the new Codex. Which Eldar unit you consider the field now meta-wise? The Codex isn't out. And I don't have an Eldar Codex. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Gelby, I have no favorite fingers. They all go in my ass. Well, yeah, that's fisting. That's fisting, right? So, yeah. If you're into fisting, by all means, carry on. You do you. Ghost of Starman, still hoping that the Tusken who trained Boba and maybe a couple of the others might have survived. Seemed like there wasn't as many bodies at the camp as there were in the tribe when Boba was there. Yeah, I think some of the kids survived, and I think that might come into play in the future, maybe. In this season, probably not. Next season, maybe. But if there's another season, I have no idea. Maybe Boba gets killed at the end of the next episode. I have no idea. James Sarapo. Every finger has its role in the greater whole. Yeah, again, fisting. Jabba's Love Nut. Kris has no favorite finger. He uses his whole fist. Exactly. Man, you guys catch on fast. Joe K. Oh my God, just realized Boba was always a pussy. Yes, he was always a pussy. But he wasn't a pussy, for God's sakes. He's just not the ultimate badass everybody attributes to him, is my point. It doesn't mean that he was always a pussy. Like, why does it got to always be this polar opposite of things? Right? I think that's also probably another reason that we have these problems in our lines of thinking, because it's just because he's not the ultimate badass doesn't mean that he's a pussy, right? Like, it's not one or the other. Again, I don't understand this kind of thinking. It's weird. It's weird. Your love is weird and toxic. Can anybody tell me what that line is from? Can any of you? You'll have my respect and admiration if you can tell me where that's from. Your love is weird and toxic. I'm going to go home and hug my children and finally take my insulin. Last email. This one's from our good buddy Gail B. Can't afford new minis. RN. Right now. So I'll settle for canvas. Ooh, a Tyranid. Hold on. Let me get a better ring. There we go. Look at that. Now, is this work in progress or is he done? I can't remember what this High Fleet is called. This red and black blue. I like it. Now, if this is work in progress, I will recommend something to you. Okay? It is not a criticism. It's just a recommendation if you are looking for critique, as it were. The color on his head and his face and his teeth, you need to create a little bit of separation there to get the feeling that he has a neck. Otherwise, it looks like his head is in that black of his shoulders, right? So his face needs a little bit more attention and a little bit brighter color. And you can also push the color downwards as far as the shoulders and the abdomen and the arms going off and all that. I like it, though. It's good work. And it's good symmetry. Like on the crest, in the head crest piece. Yeah. It's good symmetry. So I know that getting symmetry right is tricky. I like the colors. I think like with your sponging that you're doing again with the background. See, I don't know if you are work in progress here or if you are done. If you're done, well then, good job. His eyes got to get brighter too. Yes, his eyes get lost in that red. At least in this picture. I don't know. Maybe in person you can see they just jump right out at you. I don't know, but yeah, the blood is also a little too red. The blood actually should probably, especially if it's like a human blood, actually adding a little bit of black or a dark brown will bring it down a bit, and that'll give it a bit more of blood, and it also will help separate it from the red of his flesh. The tongue, I wouldn't do it red either. I would do it more close to pink or purple, or even, yeah, probably a purple. It's probably why they always use purple for the tongues and shit. But yeah, the eyeballs definitely need to be a little bit more pronounced. But yeah, really good stuff though. This looks like it's a canvas piece or artist board, illustration board. What are the materials? Is this oil? Is this acrylic? I'm going to assume it's acrylics. Could be oil. I have no idea. But yeah. Thanks, Gelby, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. I look forward to more. And yeah. Fuck, where the hell am I? High Fleet Behemoth. Thank you, Gelby. Yeah. High Fleet Behemoth. So, Sophie, Star Wars nerds, LOL. It's an entertaining show. It is. It's entertaining. I enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, like, man, if a show ever leaned any more hard into a Western genre, I haven't seen it. I thought Mandalorian was super Western, but no, Boba Fett is definitely taking the cake on that one. It's definitely, Boba Fett is more Western than Mando. James Sarapo. Everybody thought Vader was a badass. Then they learned he's the biggest. He learned his biggest kill count was whacking a bunch of toddlers. Star Wars is inconsistent. Well, sure. It's storytelling. I mean, again, we've talked about this one in the past. Like when you're talking about Spider-Man versus the Hulk. Who wins? Who wins in Spider-Man versus the Hulk? Who wins? Right? Exactly. Whatever the plot dictates will win. And Star Wars is the same way. Because it's storytelling. It's just storytelling. Plot armor. It's all plot. It's all plot. Whatever moves the plot along, they'll do. So yeah, that's why you end up with these inconsistencies. And also because the stories have spanned 40 years. So yeah, you know what I mean? It's not like there's a central unified codex of how everything in the universe works according to George Lucas. He didn't do that. It's not a big fucking tome of, yeah, this is how Tuskens sound, this is how they look, this is how they dress, this is all the different tribes, this is all the rules for all the fuck. You know what I mean? That's not established. That is not established. It's plot. It's whatever moves the story along. And again, I don't understand the thinking. Which makes me, you know, very curious about the mental health of people. Hard edge painting. Eyes need lining to pop it, but I like it. Yeah, the eyes need a little bit more work. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. James, everybody. Oh no, I already read that one. Ghost of Starman, love the Tyranid painting. He's Behemoth. Yeah, thank you. Lord Krabby, there he is. Lord Krabby, you're the man. You're the man. Man. Community. The line is from Community. Good shit, bud. Good shit. Nathaniel, at Sophie, when triggers are pushed. Jabba's Love Nut. People shouldn't push Kris's nerd rage button. No, you shouldn't. Because I'm the biggest nerd there is. And all you fucking nerds pale in comparison to how much of a nerd I am. It's just weak, man. It's just weak. Your game's weak. is what it is. Is what I'm telling you. Your game's weak. Gail B. Kind of just winged it here, but I can patch it up. Well, no, I mean, you know, if you're done, you're done. And anything that I may have recommended or commented on or anything like that, incorporate that in the next piece. Because I would like to see another piece from you. I want you to do another piece. Please do another piece. When you have time. But yeah, and please send me an email. Send me all the emails. Evan Flow. Boba Fett equal big ball howler monkey. Right. Yeah, well, when you have big balls, right, figuratively and metaphorically and literally, yeah, you don't have to prove yourself. Nobody, like, any guy who has any measure of confidence feels no compulsion to explain himself or lash out at people, or when somebody says something to them, throw shade at them. They don't say shit. Every guy I've ever known who was a good guy and was confident in their ability in any regard, yeah, they don't say shit. They just do it. Just do. Actions. Again, actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. It's as simple as that, people. Sophie. Better yet, every character, ship, and weapon from Star Wars versus the one character from Star Trek and Battle Trek will win so easily. Well, yeah, again, but it's plot. Star Trek versus Star Wars, it's always plot. Everybody always says Star Trek would win because they got shields. Okay. And Star Wars is laser beams. And as any Star Trek nerd will know, that the navigational deflector field is powerful enough to stop a laser beam. Although, yes, some of the Star Trek nerds will, or Star Wars nerds will say, well, no, blaster fire is not laser beams. It's blasters. It's a blaster. It's actually not light. It's more like, you know, plasma or whatever. Right. So yeah, I get it. No, I told you, I'm the biggest fucking nerd here. Ruckus Muckus, long live the nerds. Long live the nerds. Nathaniel, I reckon it's acrylics. Well, I don't know. Why would you reckon? You could just ask him. Is it acrylics? Is it oil? Is it watercolor? Is it gouache? Like, you know. Lord Krabby. Today's episode brought to you by Han shot first. Remember that? Yeah, exactly. Han did shoot first. It only makes sense. Because Han Solo, in the beginning, is a scoundrel. Right? He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy. James. Star Trek is just more fun because in there you can do things acceptably like shipping Kirk and Spock. Also less incestuous than Star Wars. What does Star Wars have incest? Oh, I mean, like Han or Leia kissing Luke? That's a kiss. It's not like they were fucking. Jesus. Calm yourself. Again, you're inferring a bunch of shit. Unless it's somewhere described in any of the movies or any of the animated shorts or whatever that Luke fucked Leia, then yes, that's incest. But otherwise, no. It was a kiss. It was a peck in the cheek. I mean, in Empire Strikes Back, yeah, it's a little bit, you know, she might have slipped some tongue, or he might have tried to slip some tongue, but, you know, again, they didn't know. Again, it's really Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi is more of innocence lost kind of thing. Gail B, thanks, man. I'm going to patch it up anyway, so any tips are appreciated. Definitely looking forward to more canvas painting. Yeah, please do. Gail, yeah. Man, keep painting. Keep painting. Like, whatever makes you happy, do it. If you want to paint canvas, do it. Don't worry about, is it good or not? Don't worry about that. Because whether or not I say it's good, it doesn't matter. My opinion in that regard does not matter. Should not matter to you at all. I'm just one opinion. Really. When you think about it, I'm just one person. You know? So, no, do what makes you happy. if it makes you happy and you enjoy it and it fires you up and you get excited and, you put the brushes down, you take care of your brushes, of course, and then you go and, take care of your family, job, school, whatever it is, and you're thinking about that painting, yeah, keep doing it. Like when you're obsessing about it, a little bit. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's okay. It's okay to like things, people. Sophie, just use Q. Yeah, just use Q. That's it. Although Q is more likely to use you, but yeah. Star Trek has actual gods in it that fuck with us, that we know are fucking with us. In Star Wars, I guess it's kind of, the wills are kind of, the same thing, but not quite. They're more, we're just going to leave everybody be and let you guys do your thing, even though the Force apparently will, become part of somebody or create somebody to bring balance. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like meddling, but whatever. If they're apparently gods, or what we would imagine, I suppose, as gods. But anyway. Gail B, Star Wars has shields too. Yeah, they do. But they're not like Star Trek. Star Trek shields can stop everything. Apparently. They stop ships from ramming each other. They stop laser beams, photon torpedoes, explosions, energy from a star. You know what I mean? Like, shields do everything. Again, shields are plot. Like, you can't define shields because shields aren't real, right? So, yeah. Again, it's like, whose shields are better? Federation, Romulans, or Klingons? Or Borg, right? Who's got better shields? Plot. Plot determines it. Hard Edge Painting. Just wanted to say I really enjoyed your collab with Jazza on TTT. It was real nice to see you there. Yeah, thanks. I was shocked when he reached out to me and said, yeah, you want it? I was surprised. I had no idea. I mean, I was familiar with him, but I was more familiar with his art stuff than his wargaming stuff. So, yeah. That's how I was familiar with him. Not familiar with him, but like, I was aware of him. Familiar kind of sounds like, we're hanging out. We're not hanging out. Jabba's Left Nut, episode 371. Behold my nerd rage and quiver at my manscaping. Exactly. That's exactly it. Gail B, it's acrylic. It's acrylic? Okay. Yeah. Just keep doing it, man. Whatever makes you happy, man. And whatever fires you up. Hell, someday could see your paintings in a codex, in a rule book, on the cover of a rule book or codex, right? Who knows where this stuff can lead you to? Just follow it. If you really enjoy it and you're passionate about it, just follow it. Nathaniel, speaking of being done, how do you know when something is done? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. Even when you like for example, Gel's painting. Is it done? If he says it's done, it's done. Yeah. When I'm done a miniature, it's when I say I'm done. So I guess to answer your question, Nathaniel, when something is done is when you say it's done. That's when you know it's done. Because when you say it's done. Ghost of Starman. People who thought Luke and Leia were going to hook up back in 83 must have been real quiet after Return of the Jedi. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Everybody's all, ooh, Luke and Leia, ooh, they're going to make such a cute couple, and here's what their babies are going to look like, and then Return of the Jedi, I say, did those pictures of their babies have flippers? Have a bunch of flipper babies? Anyway, Gel, painting make me gay for noodle. So many fish. Make you gay for noodle? I don't know what that means. It sounds funny. I don't know. Is that something the kids say these days? I have no idea. Makes me gay for noodle. I don't know what that means. Ruckus Muckus. It feels like Star Trek is being written by Star Wars people today, and Star Wars is being written by Star Trek people. Traditionally, Star Wars is sci-fi action. Star Trek is sci-fi philosophy. Well, I would argue Star Trek is sci-fi. Star Wars is fantasy. Yeah. It's closer to fantasy than it is sci-fi. Good sci-fi is always got a heavy philosophical bend. good sci-fi from all the great masters of sci-fi, no, they're always dealing with the human condition. Star Wars, not really. Right? Like, for example, Lord of the Rings. What does Lord of the Rings talk about in the human, as far as the human condition is concerned? What does Lord of the Rings do in that regard? Any kind of philosophical standing? What is the philosophical standing in Lord of the Rings? Bad guys bad? You know what I mean? Like, again, good sci-fi deals with the human condition, deals with philosophical issues, deals with social issues. It has always done that. It has always done that. So, there you go. Again, I told you, I'm a bigger fucking nerd than you. Oh, man. Gel, every Saturday I come swinging with a new type of bat. Fuck, you're throwing all sorts of code at me. I don't know what that means. Every Saturday I come swinging with a new type of bat. I don't know what the fuck that means, dude. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Fisting again? Jesus. Hard edge painting. Orcs are black people? Oh my god. Same topic, but different chapter. But yes. Again, which is why I'm not really huge into fantasy and Lord of the Rings type shit. And Star Wars and Lord of the Rings have more in common than Star Wars has with Star Trek. Star Wars has more in common with Lord of the Rings than it does Star Trek. Ghost of Starman. Lord of the Rings brings mankind's desire for a second breakfast to the forefront of the conversation. Right, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got from Lord of the Rings. Other than bad guys bad. Star Wars does the same thing. Bad guys bad. Oh yeah, bad guys are bad. Yeah, bad guys are bad. All right, well, shoot the bad guys, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, nothing of actual consequence has ever been dealt with. And I think that's why so many people are upset with the last trilogy, the latest shows, Book of Boba, because we're getting that good philosophical discussion about the human condition. We're exploring these things now within the realm of Star Wars, when before all it was pew pew pew. I think that's what it is. I think that's what's got everybody all in a roar. And I say too bad. Because pew pew and bad guys bad, that's not the real world. It's fantasy. It's fantasy. It's not science fiction. And I'm talking from the perspective of somebody who loves Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Star Wars has been a huge part of my childhood, my life. Hell, I've got a fucking lightsaber right here above my goddamn head. You're not a proper nerd or Star Wars nerd until you have a lightsaber. Whatcha? So don't tell me I don't love Star Wars. I don't get Star Wars. I think you've just been looking at it through the wrong lens. I think that's what it is. I don't think you understood the source material. That's what I'm going to say. I don't think you understood the source material. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. To be fair, the fact that Lord of the Rings orcs are corrupted elves and the frequent mentions of how they can't give the powerful people the ring to give it to Mordor because they're tempted by its power relates to absolute power corrupting. Absolutely. Uh-oh, bot. Yeah, the bots are back. Yeah. Yeah, but how else does it deal with it? Oh, you can't give the ring because it's going to corrupt people. But these special little people, they're immune to its effects. So there's a special group of people out there who are immune to the effects of evil and its influence? Or it takes longer to affect them? They're special somehow? Because of the race they are? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, it's complete fucking horseshit, dude. It's horseshit. It's fantasy. Don't get me wrong. I love Lord of the Rings. I've read them, watched them, love them. I own the fucking extended editions. Yeah, they're fucking great movies. But don't tell me it's deep fucking storytelling. Just because it's got lots of words doesn't mean it's a deep story. Fuck. Anyway. Are we done? I'm getting hungry. Holy fuck, it's 3:40. Jesus H. Joe K, they're not immune, they're just less corrupted because of the simplicity of their lives. Well, yeah, it takes longer for the corruption to develop, yes. Like I said, I corrected myself, but yeah. Yeah, Lord Krabby, to be honest, I think the hobbits are simple folk. I think it is a race thing. Yeah. So you're telling me, within the context of Lord of the Rings, that races can be special. That's the message. The philosophical message. That to ward off evil, you have to be of a particular race. Do you not hear yourselves thinking these thoughts? Holy fuck. Oh, shit. Hard edge painting. Frodo is similar to the mouse in the fable de La Fonte and the lion and the mouse. The moral being you always need someone smaller than you. I don't think so. I didn't get that from Lord of the Rings. No, I did not get that. Yeah, it's been a while, but no, Oh, man. Job is left not. Go get some food, Ozzy. I'm not shaking yet. But, yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. Joe K. Sam, not Frodo, saved the day. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Point being. Nathaniel, I wonder if the philosophical topics were just reheated as they had been discussed in other movies. There's always room to discuss them. There's always room with any of these issues dealing with the human condition to always explore them, especially from a different perspective. You can still talk about the same thing, but provide a different perspective. And especially since something else talked about it, you can provide another perspective on it. There's always room for it. There's always room. Ebb and flow. It's not necessarily a race thing. It could be cultural. Yeah, but hobbits are a race. And apparently the hobbits were immune to or were less susceptible to being corrupted by the ring. Yeah, so basically, I'm flat out going to say Lord of the Rings, yeah, is racist. And so is Star Wars. So is Star Wars. Look at A New Hope. Okay? New Hope. Who's the racist? Right? Okay. Or, here we go. Okay? A New Hope. Early in the film. Ben and Luke go into the bar. Bartender stops C-3PO and R2-D2. We don't serve their kind here. They gotta leave. That's segregation, folks. That's segregation. Mando hates droids in the beginning of Mandalorian. He hates droids. Doesn't trust them. Doesn't like them. Now, here's the fun part, okay? For everybody who's watched Star Wars Visions, okay? And I've talked about this in the past. In Star Wars Visions, there is an episode, a very interesting episode. Now, these Vision shows are not canon. That's been mentioned many, many times. There's an episode. I'm going to spoil it anyway because I'm trying to make a point here. Basically, there's an episode where a droid wields the Force. But it raises the question, can droids wield the Force? If droids can in the official canon of Star Wars, then droids are a people. They may already be a people. Anyway. That's all I'm saying. Nathaniel, Lord of the Rings is actually Tolkien dealing with post-traumatic stress after he served in World War I. That doesn't mean he wasn't a racist. It doesn't mean he held racist ideals. Yeah, he was dealing with post-traumatic stress. Okay? Racists can still fucking write a book. Racists do it all the time. So, again, that doesn't explain anything. Hard edge painting. Hobbits are lesser beings by definition. They've saved the world just like the mouse saved the lion. So yes, the morals are similar. It's a bit of a stretch, bud. That the hobbits are lesser beings. Now, how did they mention that they're lesser beings? Because I seem to recall that hobbits bow to no man. They're special. Gelby, Frodo is my boy toy male wife. Gelby, you're throwing all sorts of weird words at me. Ghost of Starman, droids officially cannot wield the Force. Yeah, I know that. In the Vision stories, there's a story where droid wields the Force, and I know, as I mentioned before, I mentioned that point, that those stories are not canon. Wouldn't make sense if they could, since midichlorians are a thing. Right, but since episode 1 and explaining that wasn't even a concept, that midichlorians and the thing, like the Force was just some mystical energy in the universe. It was, and for whatever reason, Lucas felt like he had to explain that. Anyway, again, it's silly made up stuff. It's fantasy. Like, it's not, again. Oh man. Evan Belleau, Tolkien also delved deep in Norse paganism for his works. Okay. How does that not make it racist? Because it was Norse paganism, it makes it more or less racist. I don't know. I don't understand what was the point of bringing that up. Joe K, everybody is a racist if we apply the term lightly. If we apply it lightly, sure. I'm flat out saying Tolkien was a racist. This Lord of the Rings story was racist. Its underpinnings are racist. Don't get me wrong. I like Lord of the Rings. Again, like I said, I've read them, I've watched them, I own the movies. Gelby, Hobbit, pussy. He got a sweet pussy. Everybody, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, man. Anyway. Jabba's Left Nut, episode 1. Let's explain the Force to millennials. Yeah, pretty much. Again, it didn't need to be explained. It didn't need to be explained. It's fantasy. It's all fantasy. It's all storytelling. It's all to further the plot. Which is why, like, when I introduce somebody to Star Wars and they're going to watch the movies, I always tell them to do the machete order. Episode 4, Episode 5, 2, 3 as a flashback, and then finish with 6. Right? That gets you into Star Wars. That gets you the main gist of things. Episode 1 can be passed over. 7, 8, 9, you give them a watch if you want. They're not really part of the main storyline. It's separate characters on a separate journey. whatever. And then, of course, all the other TV shows and other auxiliary movies. But yeah, episode 1 can be passed over largely. It does not offer much at all as far as what's necessary. And in fact, my son and I, we were just talking about this, that really episode 1, all it really does is to kind of give us a bit of insight into Palpatine's rise to power. But I think nowadays we could have just had that as a standalone show. A young Palpatine becoming a Sith under his master, Darth Plagueis. Apparently, Darth Plagueis was his master. And, yeah. You know what I mean? That would be interesting. Getting a young Palpatine. We know how the story ends for him, of course, but... Or doesn't end. I don't know. Whatever. But, yeah. Joe K. Lord of the Rings is made up British mythology written folklore patterns. Sure. Mythology can be racist as well. And often is. And in fact, North American mythology is heavily racist. Heavy. The American mythology is steeped in racism. So just because it's mythology doesn't mean it can't be racist. It very much can, because it's a story. James Sarapo, but you lose Liam Neeson, who gives the best performance in the prequels. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I think they did Liam Neeson a disservice. I think he got done dirty. They shouldn't have bothered involving Liam Neeson. Like, realistically, I think that was the only reason he was included, because at the time he was a very well-known actor. He was bigger than Ewan, and he was bigger than Natalie Portman. Oh, Natalie Portman. No, Natalie Portman didn't really have too much going on at that time, because she had The Professional, and then something else, and then she did Padme. But at the time, Liam Neeson, was the name, right? Liam Neeson's part was Sir Alec Guinness. That was his point in episode 1. He was serving the same purpose that Alec Guinness served in A New Hope. He was a big name to help sales. That's it. That's it. Evan Belleau, Kris, I ignored your recommendation on the Machete Order at my own peril when I watched the movies as a family film fest last summer. Lessons learned. Yeah, I told you. Again, bigger nerd than you, so you should have listened. He's like, fuck you, man. Go fuck yourself. All right. Ghost of Starman. To be fair, Liam Neeson has said he doesn't regret doing it at all, so I'd say he came off pretty well. Well, sure. I mean, it's no slight against Liam Neeson. Although Liam Neeson, nowadays, he's kind of going down that Seagal route where, he's doing any and all movies. I like Liam Neeson as an actor. He's had some really fantastic roles and memorable characters, even if they were only in there for a little bit. You still remembered them, But yeah, that was the only point of Liam Neeson in episode 1, was because he was a star at the time, a big star at the time. And yeah, that's it. That's the only reason he's there. Yeah, I think we're done. It's almost 4 o'clock, for fuck's sake. So the show was almost 4 hours long. Guys, why do you guys let me go on and on like this? If you're brand new to this hobby, maybe you want to show off what you're working on. You need help with a color scheme. Maybe a commission painting service. Want to get more eyeballs on your work. Whatever your reasons, send your emails to Kris@wayofthebrush.com. If you're going to send pictures, send them as attachment in the email. Don't send it off as a link to other sites, because I won't do it. I won't read it. I just won't do it. It's because of ads and shit. Really, that's why. But anyway, it's in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness has the links to all the social medias, as well as Discord. Join me on Discord, or us, I should say, and the monkeys. We keep the conversation rolling there 24/7. It's pretty random. We talk a lot of painting talk. We got a work in progress gallery where people share what they're working on. But we also have some weird channels. Enter at your own risk, people. Just enter at your own risk. The monkeys might bite. No, they won't. They'll fling poo. They won't bite. So if you're okay with a little bit of feces on you, and honestly, who isn't? Join us on the Discord. There's only one rule. Don't be a dick. That's it. That's the only rule in the Discord. Don't be a dick. Also at waythebrush.com, you'll find links for t-shirts. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see it down below as well. T-shirts. Want to look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also at waythebrush.com. I can't remember the rest of this now. You'll also find a link for Patreon. Huge thank you to all my patrons. Without your support, this channel would not be able to continue to do what it is that I do, which is educate, inform, and loosely entertain. And of course, call out Lord of the Rings as racist. Are a bunch of you triggered from the Tolkien writing racist stories? I'm not saying Tolkien was a racist, because, you know, actions speak louder than words kind of thing. But he did write some racist shit. It infers some racist shit. And we should be careful about what we infer about, right? Because everybody infers certain aspects about Boba Fett. And I'm inferring certain aspects about Tolkien. So, you know, take from that what you will. Patrons, huge thank you. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, ringing the bell, telling me, feel free to tell me how wrong I am about Tolkien. Go ahead, feel free. Just tell me everything about it. Tell me all about it. If you're not able... No, I already talked about that. Big thank you to Carl, Godmere Alfer, Beer and Blood Bowl, YouTube channel. Check it out. If you love yourself some beer, you love yourself some Blood Bowl. Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take time. Thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking time out of his busy day to create the email jingle to play before the email segments of the show. And so always much love to Carl. And of course... Speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro, outro music that plays at the beginning and end of the show. And so always much love to my baby bro Evan. And if you're into rare comics, I forgot this plug at the beginning of the show. If you're into rare comics, EB Comics, it's in the description below. Rare comics. EB Comics. In fact, whenever I say rare comics, I'm just going to say rare quietly. So if you're into comics... that took too much to think about. Man. I don't know where we are. Nathaniel, racism stems from mythology and xenophobia. Racism is mostly xenophobia. Mythology in itself is nothing. It's stories. It's legends, right? Mythology itself is not good or bad. Xenophobia is inherently negative. Because it's a fear. You fear. Why do you fear this? Because you don't understand it. You don't know it. That's what fear stems from. The unknown. And tack on whatever phobia you want. It's fear. Fear is the mind killer. Right? As that guy said in that book. What book was that? Star Wars? Oh, shit. Oh, man. Father Palpatine, I hear you're racist now. No, Palpatine was always racist. Palpatine is racist. He's a fascist and a racist. Why is the Empire only humans? When the old Republic is all aliens. It's all aliens. But why is the Empire all human? Right? Hello? Palpatine was always racist. He was a racist. Because he's a bad guy. These are the attributes of bad guys. Like, hello? I don't know how to make these points any clearer for you. Other than fucking spelling it out. But apparently I do. Sophie, xenophobia, but I like the old show Xena the Warrior Princess. Why fear it? Oh, Jesus. Har, 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 har. I'm Sophie. I'm so clever. Nathaniel, thank Carl for his time to create the email jingle, even though he is no longer with us. I did. I thank Carl. I thank my bro. I always thank Carl. We always thank Carl. In fact, maybe we should have a little shrine to Carl. It's unfortunate when a monkey, leaves us early. And I don't recommend any of you take the same path. The world's better with you in it than without you. Plain and simple. Unless, of course, you're a racist. Then you can fuck off. Pretty harsh, right? But seriously, though, if you're racist, you can fuck off. I mean, I wouldn't assume any of you hanging out with me, talking, what have you, following along, listening to me jabber on about stuff, are really, a bad kind of racist, as opposed to a good kind of racist. But anyway, we're done. I'm tired. I need food. I need a drink. Just a drink. Not like drink. Just a drink. Ghost of Starman. LOL. Didn't think Kris knows the reference there. What? The reference of what? Of Palpatine being a racist? Yeah, he's a racist. I don't know what we're talking about. James, not everyone has watched Father Ted. I feel that one, Kris. Yeah. Father Ted? I don't even know who the fuck Father Ted is. If it's a UK show, I probably haven't seen it. Like Fawlty Towers, a show from like fucking 50 years ago. Yeah. I think I've watched one episode. Only because it's John Cleese. Because John Cleese is the man. Who also might be a racist.